had a good week. There's plenty to discuss. Clearly, anime community, the elephant in the room with Dragon Ball return, at least via animation. What we do know currently, for you guys that are unaware, and if you're hearing it here first, we're gonna have a remake of Battle of Gods, meaning Goku versus Beerus and all those events that took place, and we're also going to get the Moro arc finally animated. That's obviously going to most likely break the internet, just like the Tournament of Power did 8 years ago. But definitely exciting times. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. It gets help in the algorithm. Again, we want to be very persistent for you guys this year. Feel free to ask any questions at all. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. What's going on, Kedrick? First, shout out to Kedrick.
It's gonna be lit when that new Dragon Ball anime comes out, bro. It's gonna be crazy because it's been
Yeah,
a
dude.
bit. It has
Crazy
been
work.
a bit, man.
I was in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, I was in high school when this shit came out. That was crazy. It's been
What's
way too
good,
long.
peeps?
I'm gonna let the people know
Let's
on
get it.
the cord that we are live, folks. Feel free to ask questions. Again, it can be about anything. We're in the midst of fall season playoffs. You guys want to ask about that? Want to ask about UFC being on Paramount? Want to ask about boxing, the state of boxing? Whatever you guys want to ask, feel free. We like to keep it versatile. But yeah,
The Adam 22 shit.
bro, Adam 22 is the biggest besides Noodles, dude. He's a fucking disgrace. I'm like, bro,
Oh
he
man.
fucked your girl, and then you fight him, and then you get your ass whooped. That is crazy work, bro. That's like the most pathetic shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna even lie. That is absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. All we can do is pray for that dude, man. Oh shit, my bad, folks. I messed up my announcement. Give me a second. Yeah, the year and next year are gonna be peak years for media, as we all know. It's gonna be some great times, Lord willing. Uh, a lot of great movies, great media, even now anime to look forward to. It's a great time. What's going on, Raspberry? Thanks for coming in, brother. But yeah, any questions you may have, Adam 22 being a cuck, getting his ass whooped by the guy that fucked his wife, Dragon Ball coming this year, next year, The Boys, there was an Invincible season 4 trailer, shit was gas, and feel free to ask about that. Uh, the new chapter of Boruto, I did read that as well. If you have questions about that, feel free. Let the people know that we are live while you guys do that. Should be a great year, though. Should be a great year. Absolutely. Give me a second here, folks. Another news, I do have a TikTok. I do post quite often on there now as well. So feel free to follow me on there. I believe it's in the description. I post power scaling takes, uh, boxing clips, things like that. If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, uh, comic book power scaling takes, even the occasional political video. I'm a little bit more versatile there.
Yes,
More
sir.
consistent, clearly, as it's easier. But feel free to check me out as well. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Like I said, plenty to discuss. Dragon Ball's back. Yes, sir. It sure is. Now, the Beerus fight, a lot of people are wondering how that remake will be done. I do predict there'll probably be new moments that perhaps we didn't see, I would assume. Because at that point, if there isn't, what's the point of remaking it besides an uptick in quality and visual quality? So Andy Cruz fought Mortala. Yeah, boxing has been as far as world class world class opposition, there hasn't been much going on in the sport. As far as catching the eyes of the casuals, right? Canelo fought a few months ago.
Yeah.
Jake Paul fought Anthony Joshua. I don't consider that world class competition
No,
by
fuck,
any
because he's.
means.
It's not. Yeah, if you had someone
Yeah,
in the same caliber, then yeah, sure.
yeah,
It's been a bit though. Been a bit since
yeah.
we've seen
Joshua fought. Yeah, it's been a bit. Something that's caught the eyes of many. We'll see when that will take place. Issue
Yeah.
with Sasuke hate is that they think they're not delivering the final kill means he didn't win. Yeah, Sasuke hate. There's multiple reasons for his origins. I believe people think that he's edgy. and that he's just emo, right? Because he just hates the world. But when your entire existence depends on sort of avenging your clan's honor, which was his purpose for a large portion of the narrative, and then he finds out that his brother was a good guy this entire time, you're gonna have some sort of life crisis, an existential crisis, if you want to call it that, and it led to him, having one of the craziest moments in Naruto history, which was the Five Kage Summit. There's Shakura versus Tio soon.
Like,
Yeah, that should be interesting as
what's
well.
crazy? What's crazy with the Sasuke stuff too, Jay? Is like people are just, I don't know, like they're just weird with that. Like they just want to hate and only hate. Like it depends who you're talking about too. Like because at the end of the day, like he definitely has W's.
Yeah,
He definitely has like his aura moments and like the whole nine. Like he even has like his relatable moments. Like even narratively wise, like he's a very very well written character. You know. And
Yeah,
I think
very, very well
people,
worded.
I think people just they really underlook, or better yet, it's more of just like entitlement as well, and let's just say like I guess like them like always have a spoon under their mouth, a roof over their head, because at the end of the day, let's be real. If you were in a family, right, like you knew your whole family, and out of nowhere they all got fucking slaughtered, by your brother and shit, and then you later find out that it was literally like let's just say like the U.S. government behind that shit. Like you're not gonna tell me you're not gonna rebel against the U.S. government. You know what I mean? Like come on.
Yeah, exactly. Humans are emotionally, they're inherently emotional beings, and emotions can truly change.
And he was a kid. He was a fucking kid. That's the thing too. Like he's not an adult. He's literally a fucking child. What was he like? When in part 1 Naruto, he was like what, 12, like 13, like, and then in the time skip, he's like 16 or 17, like he's a fucking teenager or a little kid like the entire time going through all that shit. Like Itachi literally made that motherfucker like go through like tremendous amount of trauma. Like he literally made him in Tsukiyomi see his whole clan and family and parents get like slaughtered like 1 billion fucking times. Like I don't. Like, so I don't know. Like, I think people are just they don't.
That's
they just don't understand. Like I'm telling you this right now. Like tell me one fucking person that can go through what he went through, and tell me if you would come out straight in life. Like get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like so that's my first thing. Like if we're gonna criticize him morally or
easier said than done.
Yeah, or philosophy wise, like and then if you even look at our world too, like the real world. Any person that has gone through a sense amount of trauma, whether if it's you being in the military or a crime that occurred to you or whatever the case may be, right? Like 9 out of 10 times those people are fucked in the head. They either end up arrested or they end up doing something really bad or, worse, they do something to themselves. Like we see it in reality as well, like the consequences of traumatic events happening to people and what it can do to them, Some people are able to get past it, right? And move on with their life and better themselves. But some people just can't. Like some people take things way more, emotionally, right? Like everybody's different. Everyone grieves different. Every human being. So like again, like you people just have to understand. Like that's just what you're talking about when we're talking about the character Sasuke. But like I was just bringing that up as a whole. Like if we're just talking about the character itself. Now if it's just about like him fighting and whatnot. Sasuke does get a lot of W's, so I won't still really understand the hate. Does he get a lot of losses? Sure, but he gets a lot of W's too. Like any fucking the majority of ninja in Naruto, 9 out of 10 times they either lost a fight or they won a fight. The only character that never lost a fight was Itachi, but he's like in a Hashirama and like they're like the exception. You know what I mean? Like like unless you're a Hashirama or Itachi. Then you don't lose a fight. But everybody else lost a fight. Like, who cares? I don't.
This is a part of the Shinobu, and the people he fought weren't exactly fodder.
He's fighting some like fucking really strong people. Like, all right, I'll talk about like, and then like Jay can bring up some like golden moments too. But like even part 1 itself, like this when we first see Sasuke like introduced. He's literally like immediately squaring off against Chunin, like low-level Chunin from another fucking village, and just dealing with it and he's fine, right? And you see like Naruto like shitting his pants and freaking out and whatnot. And those are fucking tuning. Like, that's not a laughing matter. Like, this dude's already, like, tuning level from the fucking get-go, And then as things progress, like, then he's fighting a fucking, like, a Joning, and yeah, he doesn't, he's getting his ass whooped, whatever, blah, blah, but, like, he's still throwing hands, you know what I mean? Like, he don't give a fuck. He's trying to do what he can, And then you get to the Haku shit, like, that's not really fair against him, because Haku is, like, either Kakashi level or stronger, allegedly, right? Like, so again, like, you can't put him down for that. He's going up against people that, like, are way fucking stronger than him, right? And then you get to the preliminary, and he thinks, like, he's the shit, right? Like, oh, he's a genius, part of the Uchiha, has a Sharingan, whatever, blah, blah. And then he comes up against, like, fucking Guy's team, who are, like, also tuning level, but, like, even more cracked, right? Like, and Rock Lee, like, beats the fuck out of him. But, like, he's no laughing matter either, because we see what he can do in the Forest of Death, where he's fighting the whole Sound team by, like, Rock Lee don't have a fucking curse mark, but he was fighting all of them and waited by himself, like, fucking, and fucking base, and then he lost due to sound hacks and combat IQ, issues, but, like, that's very fucking impressive, while Sasuke needed the curse mark to surpass weightedly and then beat all of them up. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, again, like, the people he's going up against in, like, the beginning of the show are, like, really fucking strong. Like, and then, like, after that, then he gets put up against that fucking weird fucking stretchy dude. But, like, people just disregard the context. He has the curse mark. He's completely fatigued. She's been fighting for fucking days in the Forest of Death, right? Fucking has low on chakra. He's getting fucked up by the curse mark and shit. He can't even mold chakra because of the curse mark. He can't use his Sharingan. And that motherfucker still beats a guy that can use chakra and was trained under Orochimaru. Like, how the fuck do you not, like, praise that? Like,
yeah, it's just the bad overshadows the good for a lot of people.
Especially
when they're biased towards
like, and then like the Bell exams, like, where he's, like, able to touch the Bell on Kakashi. That's fucking impressive. Yeah, like, Kakashi's holding back, but like the dude he's clearly illustrated to be an elite ninja from the start. It's just the people he gets put up against are just, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, like, what do you do? Like. So you can't you can't critique a character because he's just being put in shitty circumstances, right? Like, that's not like for instance, like, Yamcha. That's an actual valid, like, character to be like, oh yeah, he fucking sucks. He's fucking trash. Like, right? Like, you see him, like, at first he has, like, a little bit of, like, a threat level to Kid Goku, but then, like, episode upon episode upon episode, and then arc upon arc, he's still fucking trash. He just stays trash, right? Like, while Sasuke was established to be that motherfucker from the get-go, but then gets put against, very high-level motherfuckers, And then, on top of it, Kakashi, who we all love and know, like, we all love Kakashi. He's one of the biggest, most popular characters in Naruto, right? He's very similar to Kakashi, Sasuke, okay? So, like, how are you gonna love Kakashi, but then shit on Sasuke? That don't make no fucking sense, right? Like, Kakashi himself literally says the only reason why he trained him and even taught Chidori is because he's very similar to him. He's a genius, he's talented, he's an elite ninja, he has the Sharingan, and he's the only one that he believed was capable of mastering Chidori, which, in all honesty, if you think about it, tell me one ninja that knows Chidori. Nobody. You know what I mean? Like, so...
Yeah, very rare.
So you got to give flowers for that, right? For him conquering Chidori and shit, using Sharingan. Kakashi even told him he's a fucking badass. He's like, when I was your age, I couldn't even do what you're doing. Like, I couldn't use the Sharingan and use fucking 4 Chidoris in one fucking day. I couldn't even do that. And he was a Jonin as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, his chakra, like, Sasuke's chakra and stamina levels are fucking cracked. You know what I mean? Like, he may not be Jonin level in, like, physical raw stats and, intelligence and the whole nine, but his stamina and chakra was no fucking joke. His learning prowess was no joke, And then he gets put up against fucking Gaara, like, right after. Gets put up against that motherfucker, a guy that has the same stealth level as Kakashi. You know what I mean? Like, a guy that fucking went against Fifth Gate fucking Lee and came out unharmed. Like, tell me one ninja that's surviving Fifth Gate Lee. taking all those hits. Nobody's taking hits from Lee like that, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, he goes up against this guy. Let's go.
This is kryptonite.
Yeah, like goes up against a fucking the first like half like pseudo perfect Jinchuriki we ever see like to begin with in Naruto, and he whips out a fucking Chidori and fucking bitches him. Like, bro, like what do you mean? Like, why are we hating?
Bias. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, recency bias is a real thing, and people tend to emphasize the mistakes rather than the wins.
Yeah.
Especially for characters like Sasuke.
And Jay.
What is your take on Sasuke?
The Naruto versus Sasuke. The first fight we see in part 1. Like, that was legendary, bro. That shit was crazy.
The best fights in the entire narrative. I mean,
yeah. Like he had that dog in him, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like he always had that dog in him. Like remember when the Sound 4 pulled up on him in part 1 too, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you people up. Like he didn't give a fuck. He knew they were way stronger, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna throw hands still. No, you can't. You know?
Facts.
Yeah.
What is your take on Sasuke? I always out of Chakra and Boruto. Sasuke is Sasuke is such a powerful individual that they had to nerf him somehow.
Yeah, plot convenience.
Teleporting, himself or others interdimensionally. Also, we all know the transitioning of importance as far as characters with the new generation being Boruto and company. So, eventually Naruto and Sasuke were, permanently nerfed, and they still are to this day. They're actually not even present. One of them is stuck in a time frozen dimension. The other one's stuck in a divine tree. So that was inevitable. Yeah. Thoughts on the recent JJK episode? I thought it was the best one so far. Maki is brilliant. The episode with Maki was brilliant.
Nice.
I can't wait to the next episode.
I haven't seen it actually.
I need to watch it more closely and try to. Yeah, season 3 started I think on the 8th, I believe, or somewhere. It's this year sometime.
Yeah,
it's been brilliant so far. Can't wait for more. Who wins, Shakur or Tio? Shakur is I think my recollection, he's still in the incline. His physical ability. Tio, I believe, is already in his 30s.
Yeah.
He's already on the Amazon on his side. I think Shakur is also just a better pure boxer as well. So I'd probably say Shakur wins that.
Jay,
did you hear about Sneeko getting banned?
Sneeko?
Yeah.
He got fucking banned? What?
Yeah, he said. Did you hear about Sneeko? Banned from every club in Miami. I heard something about Sneeko.
Bro, that motherfucker's always doing some shit, Jay. He's always in some shit.
Yeah, I was seeing on Twitter, like, what did he do?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. I haven't been on Twitter recently, so I'm kind of behind on fucking things, or I probably missed things, but
banned. Yeah, I was seeing some stuff. I'm not exactly sure what he banned Miami.
Yeah, we can look it up.
Oh, it's some Nazi shit that he did. Okay, I see.
Oh.
They're like praising Hitler and shit. Okay.
Of course, yeah. So he's probably just trying to get clicks and views.
He deserves to be banned. If he did that,
yeah,
he's retarded for that. What's going on, John? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? By the way, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
What's your take on the heavy Sasuke's absolutely weak thinking just because he got put up against Itachi Orochimaru? Yeah, he's definitely not weak.
Yeah, no, he's not. Yeah, no, he's definitely absolutely fucking not weak one fucking bit. Like, if you guys analyze the power structure within the beginning of Shippuden, it was very well established. The way they had it was, you had like Naruto and Sakura, right? Like that's the first low level of power. Then you had Kakashi, right, and Asuma and things like that. Then you had fucking, Sasuke. That's when Sasuke comes into play. He's like that next level, right? Yeah. And then it went from Sasuke to like fucking like the Sannin, and then you have, Itachi, Obito, etc., right? So like Sasuke was already at a really crazy fucking pillar in the beginning of Shippuden. If you want to give anyone shit or any like critique, if anything, you want to be referring to like Sakura, Naruto, Sai, right? No, not Sai, because Sai was able to intercept a heavy Sasuke in base to a degree, but he was part of the Anbu and shit. So, but again, if you want to really give Naruto and Sakura, they were fucking shit in the beginning. absolutely fucking dog shit. You know, and then like Choji and Ino, like they were also fucking dog shit. Like Hebi Sasuke he was a fucking dog as Hebi Sasuke. He was no joke. You know what I mean? And like Jay said, like he's fighting fucking some pretty heavy hitters. Datara, who was no joke. He had a fucking practically a stalemate deathmatch, but he just outsmarted him in the end, right? You know, he outsmarted him throughout the entirety of that fucking fight, which is no joke because this is the same Datara that bodied Gaara, right? A fucking Kazekage, you know, and Datara, like he low diffed Gaara, really. He didn't high diff him or low diffed Gaara, right? And then you have fucking Sasuke coming along, and Datara forced him to have a high diff win or extreme diff, right? Like, now I know some people like to be fucking glazers and be like, Sasuke was stronger. He was just, all this bullshit. But no, like that's stretching it. But again, when we got to give flowers, we got to give flowers when it's due. You know, it was an extreme diff, right? But that's very fucking impressive because Kasame, who we know how strong he is, he even was in disbelief when he heard that Sasuke killed Datara or took him down. He's like, wow, like Datara was actually among one of the stronger ones in the Akatsuki. Meaning, in theory, Datara was above Kakuzu and Hidan. He didn't say that about Kakuzu and Hidan when they were killed or dead. He said that about fucking Datara, you know? So, like, that's just not... And Itachi, come on. Are we going to fucking talk... Like, really? Itachi? Come on. Like, you know why. It's fucking Itachi. You know? But that's my thoughts. But, come on. What are we doing?
Let's see. Sasuke actually was fucking up the sound for before the curse mark, wasn't he? Low key. I'm going for Seattle in the Super Bowl. I'll say this about the Super Bowl. I'm glad it's teams that we didn't expect at the beginning of the season. It gives like the playoffs new life. Kansas City isn't there, or wasn't even in the conference championships. The Eagles, San Fran, so it gives new life, and I don't mind it. I'm a Broncos fan.
We need it, Jay. We fucking need it too. Like, I'm tired of seeing the same fucking teams. You know what I mean? Like the same fucking.
With Brady gone and Brady gone and Mahomes having a down year, it gave some teams a new chance and new life, and that's what we're seeing.
And to spice
Seattle,
it up,
I did not at all expect to be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, it spices it up. The Patriots, unfortunately, for people that didn't like Brady for many years, they're back in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This new dude, Drake May, is no joke. I'll give him his props. He played well in the snow. I'll say this: he made smart decisions in the heavy snow, heavily bad weather conditions today. Broncos didn't have Bo Nix. That's their starter. I think maybe they would have beat New England if it weren't for him being injured. But here we are. So I'm glad too. I'm glad it's gonna be something fresh, something new. Sneeko needs to be banned everywhere.
Jay, speaking of fucking sports, before we talk about Sneeko, college football, the Indiana college team, they broke a world record. No college team has ever done this, where they went 16-0. They didn't lose a single game. They won all games, championship and everything. Yeah, everything. That's the first time a college football team has ever done that. Yeah, they went against the Miami Hurricanes on the 19th of January for college. Yeah, and they won the championship. Yeah. They did it. It's fucking crazy.
Shit. That's impressive. They must have some. A lot of those guys are probably going to go to the NFL.
Oh yeah, for fucking absolutely. Because no college team has ever done that. No, nobody. But anyways.
Yeah, and then there's been some great teams over the years too. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
that's insane. I mean, the all-time great teams with fucking all the great college players I can think of: Tebow, Bush, fucking
like consistency wise, the really good college teams that were always getting to the championships or have the most championships or whatever, they always went 15-0, but they can never get the 16-0, the final win, the championship. They always lost the championship. In college history. So that, again, they did some fucking crazy shit. Speaking of football, but
yeah, that's insanely impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That's historically impressive. What's your facts? What's your take on the Akatsuki suppression Kakashi versus Hebi Sasuke? So if you mean the Kakashi that fought Kakuzu and Hidan, on about the probabilities against Hebi Sasuke, let's say if we're assuming this is the one that absorbed Orochimaru, I do think that Sasuke more than likely would win. Now,
Yeah.
Kakashi's best win con is clearly Kamui, but at the point in
At
time,
that
it
point, he can't
seemed
do it
that
fast.
it was very,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
seemed like a very, very, I guess, not beneficial ability to use based off his statement after Kakuzu's defeat. He said, "I would have had to use it if I would have used it if I had to," implying that it was a last resort type of ability, meaning it's not advantageous to use it in battle. And with Heavy Sasuke being as powerful as he is, basically being Deidara level, I do think he would probably defeat that version of Kakashi more than likely. I'm not saying it's impossible that Kakashi couldn't win, but more than likely Sasuke would defeat him. He has too many tools. Curse Mark 2, he has a 10 times amp. The physical gap would be quite wide. Kakashi would have to snipe him and snipe him
Like, I'll say
successfully.
this: like,
Uh,
if we're talking like beginning Shippuden, absolutely not. Like, again, like even if you establish that there's potentially relativity and whatnot,
yeah,
like again, Sasuke just has like. They're going to be competitive just base to base. That's the fucking problem, right?
facts,
And the
facts.
moment Sasuke's whipping out CM1 or CM2, it's just he's going to have way more chakra reserves and stamina. He's going to be able to spam way more jutsus. He's literally done it in Shippuden feet by feet comparison. It's not fair. Like, you're talking about a guy that's basically Kakashi at that point, but also was trained by a Soning, fucking has more chakra and stamina than him, artificial sage mode to amplify all his stats on top of it.
Facts.
It's just not
Yeah,
fair. You know what I mean? Like, what's it called? And then if it's like Kakuzu or Kakai, yeah, you could argue he got like he obviously got stronger because the difference between the beginning of Shippuden Kakashi and Kakuzu arc is his chakra and stamina reserves did get better, because in the beginning he had to like fucking wait like 5 minutes just to activate the MS. Then he used Kamui
facts.
on Deidara, was struggling to even land Kamui on Deidara. Okay.
Yeah,
And then he did it, and Deidara only acknowledged his MS as a threat to him. Not Kakashi himself,
that's all.
but the MS. He
Yeah,
says he's like, I never imagined someone to have like Mangekyo ability that's on par with Itachi. Which is impressive, but then again, it is Obito's MS, right? So it makes sense for something to be on the
facts.
same
11.
threat
Yeah,
level of Itachi, right? But again, like Jay's saying, that's why the only win con would be Kamui if he got like a head snipe or whatever, blah blah. But here's the issue: like beginning Shippuden, that's not happening, so he loses no matter what. And then even if it's Kakuzu arc, if we're talking like Bloodlusted, sure, theoretically, like if he just does Kamui boom and then like Sasuke tries to go immediately to CM2, if you think the Kamui Jutsu snipe is gonna be like way faster than before Sasuke can use like his wing to shield, whatever, or if especially if Sasuke's not expecting time space ninjutsu a fucking attack out of nowhere, right? Then yeah, like bam, he
yeah,
activates it, Sasuke's dead, right? But if we're talking like in character, and again, mind you, Bloodlusted, that alone is contentious, but that's like the only way I could see it happen, right? But if we're talking about like in character, Kakashi's also going to be restraining himself to a certain degree too. Like because he doesn't want to kill his student, right? That's something we all kind of forget. It's kind of like the
yeah,
Orochimaru
facts.
and Hiruzen dynamic all over again. As a matter of fact, it's shown and reinforced when they do see each other during the Five Kage Summit, when Kakashi's
Yeah,
having a little
Five
bit of
Kage
a
Summit.
when he's having a little bit of a showdown. He's literally like having a mental like fucking crisis in his head internally, where he's like, I can see the pain that the Lord Third went through and blah blah, and he's thinking all this shit, whatever, and that's why he didn't kill Sasuke. Like he was like, oh, I am gonna kill him, but he wasn't, right. He was still restraining himself and trying to hope that Sasuke would come back to the light or whatever, So like
Yeah,
there's that aspect you also have to deal with, while Sasuke's more cold and calculated, to where like I won't say he would necessarily kill Itachi, but I think he would definitely like just get straight to it, right, and just like immediately immobilize him and knock him out, Or maybe he would kill Kakashi and not care, because he was willing to do Karen on Team 7. He's like, I don't got time for this shit, and he's about to do like some version of Karen, why not? And then just wipe him out. But then Orochimaru stopped him, So
yeah,
like at the end of the day, like that alone too, like that implication where like it kind of implies and shows that Sasuke, like he believes he could wipe out Yamato, who's also like relative to Kakashi, right? Like the same threat level. Like the fact he thinks he could take him out and along with all of them, like that's kind of something crazy too. Now, whether you believe that or not, that's a whole other thing, right? Because Yamato does say I'm done holding back, and so maybe At that point, now Yamato could have had like a really decent fight with Sasuke, but he still would have lost. You know, so like again, like the problem with that, like they're gonna be going at it or whatever. But I just don't think Kakashi would even use Kamui to kill Sasuke. And especially like Jay said, like in character, he's always using it as a last resort too. Like if he had to do it against Sasuke, he wouldn't even be able to get a lethal hit because I guarantee you he would eventually use it at some point to survive an attack from Sasuke or to maybe just injure him and then try to reason with him, right? And then the moment Sasuke's like, oh shit, this guy could just look at me with his MS, you know, and fucking warp my shit, okay, let me make sure I have my wings for protection and use as shields, like he did with Amaterasu, right? You know? So, again, like, or he could use the snakes, like the snake summons, which are very, very fast, because he summoned those snakes and they were able to blitz Jugo and Suigetsu in base, which is insane, remind you, because this is the same Suigetsu and Jugo that were fighting against Darui and V1 Raikage, right? You know? So, like, Heavy Sasuke is no joke, bro. Like again, like Kakashi is my favorite character, but
yeah,
on a balance of all probabilities, like it's definitely in favor for Kakashi. Like the only thing you can give Kakashi is Kamui, and that is literally it. You know, that's literally it, bro. Like think about it. Like if Kakashi does a fucking Raikiri, what is Sasuke gonna do? CM2 Raikiri, you lose now. You know what I mean? Like, or Kirin, you definitely fucking lose now. Like S rank fucking lightning jutsu compared to an A rank. Like, like he's the upgrade of Kakashi at this point, and just with more hacks and you know, sage mode shit. You know, like
superior.
Yeah, he's just superior. So
yeah, facts. Indiana never won anything up until now. Yeah, that's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Let's see, was a better chess match Sasuke versus Deidara or Sasuke versus Danzo? Sasuke versus Deidara.
Deidara for fucking sure.
Danzo was just repeating the same shit over and over. Though.
Yeah, he was just preventing the inevitability.
Say that Raikage was gonna die if he.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd still say that Raikage was gonna die if the fight between him and Sasuke continued. They both would have died.
They both.
The flame control Kagetsuchi would have killed.
Because Raikage would have killed Sasuke. He would have kicked right through. Yeah, he would have kicked right through, and he would have landed the taijutsu blow. And Sasuke would have died because just from one fucking chop, like he fucking went right through the Susanoo, and then Sasuke like coughed out a shit ton of blood, so he got injured. He got fucked up, you know. But taking a full fucking kick from him being all the way in the air too, and with that speed coming down, he's basically taking a fucking lotus to the fucking face, you know. He would have died. Yeah, he would have definitely died, but then the Raikage, like Jay said, would have been engulfed in flames, and he would have died as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, he would have burned to death, been stabbed.
Which honestly, that begs a good question, Jay. What do you think happens after that? Like, if they both died, like, how do you think Naruto would have played out from that point? Like, that'd be fucking crazy.
If he dies, man, I don't know. Obito would have to change things up. Naruto would probably be enraged.
Obito would probably take his eyes too, right? To get like the EMS or some shit, you know? Or try, you know?
He probably would take his eyes. Or he theoretically might try to do.
Actually, no, he can't get the EMS because doesn't it have to be from like your blood, right? Like from a sibling or your father. Like it has to be within your.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Madara and his brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
It would change things drastically. Naruto's direction would change.
Obito, he would still take the eyes though. He would take the eyes because he would have Amaterasu and Kamui then. Like, come on, let's be real. Like Obito would definitely take those damn. Like he wanted Shisui's eyes. You know what I mean? Like, so he's definitely gonna take Sasuke's eyes. Yeah. So.
Yeah, facts. Jugo or Karin could maybe heal Sasuke after that. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Maybe it would be pretty fatal, but. To be honest, the funniest troll thing I found in Heavy Sasuke and Deidara fights is Deidara exploded himself with a C0 after becoming enraged. Sasuke didn't even care.
Yep.
I mean, he cared enough to run away, but yeah, as far as like what he felt about it, I mean, Deidara was just very spiteful of the Uchiha because of Itachi humiliating him, and then Sasuke being his brother and having a similar temperament and maybe ego.
That reminds me too, Jay.
Take him out.
Do you necessarily think this is a plot hole, or do you think it was maybe something to do with the Edo Tensei jutsu, which is why he couldn't maybe? But now thinking about it, Deidara could have spammed that fucking maxed out explosion when he was in Edo Tensei, but yet he never did. Like he He just never does it. Like, but like, you know what I mean? Like, and then he just gets captured because, you know, he gets like outnumbered and they defeat him or whatever. Like him and Sasori. Sasori didn't have shit. He didn't have his puppets. He didn't have nothing. Like there was just nothing he could do. He's defenseless. But fucking, but the Datara, he still had all his clay. He had all his clay shit and whatnot, and he never did his strongest fucking explosion that he did on Sasuke. Which is really weird, because if he did that and just spam that shit, bro, like, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, maybe, I know, you know, he's under Kabuto's control. Maybe Kabuto didn't think that was wise. I don't know.
Well, they're all Edos. Like, the Edos one, it basically like Madara dropping the fucking meteorite. You know what I mean? Like, where, like, they come back, but everybody else's dies, right? Like, if anything, that'd be, like, really fucking beneficial. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, it could have been something to do with Kabuto's thought process, but he sold there then. Like, he really sold.
Yeah.
like, and honestly, that's kind of reasonable, Jay, because remember when he was using Nagato to fight, like, Itachi, Killer Bee, and Naruto, and then Naruto says something, and then Kabuto's like, oh, yeah, that's right. He does have Chubaku Tensei. Like, and then he uses it. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe it was a knowledge thing. Like, he didn't know Datara could do that either, or he forgot, you know? There's that, too. But all I'm saying, like, if Datara was spamming that, or if he was even spamming the hacks one to where you breathe in the microscopic fucking explosives and it just disintegrates you, like, those two jutsus right there are fucking crazy. Like, he could have done some crazy ass fucking shit in the war, you know? So, but...
Well, those hacks would have been a problem if they were actually used.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Wilder is completely past his prime. Yeah, Deontay Wilder, he's past his prime. He'll probably never be a champion again. Andy Ruiz got his ass beat by Gerald Miller, so I guess he's the best American heavyweight right now. Probably.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Sasuke made two dudes rage quit and suicide bomb him at the end. Sasuke's good at inciting.
Two dudes rage quit? Who is he talking about?
Using people's.
I don't know about
Datara and I guess Danzo at the end.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Weird shit. Yeah, they got desperate against him. He just made them so upset.
Yeah.
Sasuke. There's some big W's right there.
But again, this backtracks to everything we were talking about before. Like, oh, the Sasuke hate or all this shit. It's like they just completely are dismissive and disregard all his W's. Like Sasuke's best peak fucking moment. Like, he has a lot too, remind you, but his best one was his fucking fade at the summit. That motherfucker literally pulled up to like a summit with multiple Kages, right? And is throwing hands with all of them and living. Like, sure, like Obito eventually does come in the end, but he lived for a good fucking while against like Raikage and his platoon. Then he went up and got there, and like then he's fighting the fucking chick. He's fighting, then he has about to fight Suzuka. Like, he was going through it, right? And he was, like, he even fought that one samurai dude that was so fast in Naruto where, like, you couldn't cast jutsu signs. You couldn't use jutsu against him because that's just how fucking fast he is. He was even a guy that fought against Hanzo, right? And you know all about that chain scaling. So, primes. And that motherfucker casually reacted to, like, a lightning full blitz speed attack from Mifune. While fatigued. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the motherfucker was scrapped with everybody, didn't give a fuck, killing everyone, you know what I mean? And then over here fighting someone like that at full power, like, Sasuke was strong, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys gotta give, like, his flowers when it's deserved, you know what I mean? Like, and then on top of it, like...
context matters.
Like Tobirama, like, let's analyze him. That motherfucker had help at a summit, and he almost died. Sasuke is fighting the summit, and that's what almost killed him. Like there's levels to this shit, man. Like, I don't know.
Definitely underrated. He's underappreciated. I crashed out too if I was killed 11 times. Facts, bro.
Oh yeah.
Danzo must have been so mad. He's fucking.
He's like these fucking Uchiha, like fucking the Itachi came and he came up and bitched me and looked at me with his MS and told me if I ever do, he's gonna fuck me up. And then I gotta deal with Sasuke bullying me.
Yeah, these guys are. It's rage. These guys are living rage. Him and Itachi are living rage baiters. That's what they
bro, like Itachi and Sasuke bullied Danzo and Orochimaru like tremendously, bro. bro. It was hilarious, man. Just bullied them.
Yeah, those guys are the best rage baiters. Ryan Garcia is fighting Mario Barrios for 147. And yeah, it's because Ryan had a and I think it was really exposed with the Javante fight. He has a very hard time making weight at 135.
Yeah.
He's a taller guy, so it makes sense. Mario Barrios actually was beating Javante Davis when they fought, but obviously he knocked out Mario. Ryan was gonna have to improve quite a bit because he's going to be fighting a bigger, stronger, individual. This guy's at a heavier weight class. He's tall. I think he's as tall as Ryan, if not a little bit shorter. Ryan needs to become more and more technical. The talent's always been there physically.
Yeah.
It's just the technicality, and that's always been his weakness. That's why he got dropped by fucking.
And his mental
Javante
fortitude
Davis
as well.
Because of his
mental.
Yeah. His mental and his technical, how technical he is. He casually blocked Mifune's sword.
Yeah.
At that point,
and that dude was bloodlusted. Mifune is always bloodlusted, bro. He went at full speed, full power, and mind you, if you analyze the flashback in the manga and the anime, that Mifune, he goes at full speed against Hanzo, and they both clash at the same exact time. Now, Mifune gets fatally injured while Hanzo blocked the attack, but the fact that he's able to either move relative or equal speeds at Hanzo is fucking crazy, right? You know what I mean? And mind you, Sasuke is not even at full power and he does that. And it's also point blank. He's in his face when he does that. It's not at a distance. You can't even use any of that bullshit or argue, whatever. They're right there in front of each other. A point blank reaction to an attack. Sasuke's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, his reaction speed is insane.
It's insane.
He gave the Raikage his toughest battle since probably Minato himself.
Facts.
Fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Raikage
is always a victim, bro.
He felt he had the confidence.
That I'm sorry, but don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Raikage, he's strong and everything. No, he is he was literally the fastest motherfucker ever since Minato died. So again, I'll give flowers when it's due. But that motherfucker, bro, he always got bitched. He got bitched by Minato.
Facts.
He got bitched by Naruto. Then he gets bitched by Sasuke, to where he would have had to, basically had to be forced to a stalemate death scenario. Then he goes up against Madara and gets bitched again, even worse. I feel so bad for him, bro. He gets bullied by the Uchiha, or he gets bullied by fucking Minato.
Yeah, bro. Prodigal talents. That's insane.
Yeah.
People be calling Sasuke a fraud when Tobirama exists. Facts, bro. That's the real fraud right there.
Yeah.
Y'all see that Maul Shadow Lord trailer? I actually haven't seen it, but anything that's Star Wars related, I usually check out.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it either.
I'm gonna check that out.
Darth Maul came out? Oh, shit. Damn.
Yeah, when is this shit
Wait, we could probably react on it on stream if you want, Jay. If someone wants to donate or something,
Let's see.
How long is it?
Yeah, by the way, we do donation. I mean, reactions for donations.
Or unless Jay wants to watch it for free. But yeah, if someone wants to donate, or depending on how long it is. But
$1 per minute. Yeah, $1 per minute. Let's see. Sasuke was at 30 HP when he did that. Facts, bro. To be frank, Raikage was bitching Naruto at first. Oh, facts. He had to.
Oh yeah. He was sunning him. He was in V1. He was at full power V1 because in the summit he was using different levels of V1. When he was fighting at first, he wasn't going all out V1. He eventually does, and then he bitches Sasuke. But what's it called? But yeah, he was bitching Naruto, and which is impressive. But then again, it's at the same time not really, because when you really analyze KCM Naruto throughout the war, yes, he's not at full power, but he's never at full power. That's the problem when he's in the war. But Naruto's physical stats with the KCM cloak really isn't that impressive. Everybody basically is within that level of speed. The only time Naruto is on a different level is when he does body flicker. That's when he's really fucking cracked in speed wise and so on and so forth. But everybody basically moves along with him, with relative. Kakashi was fighting with them, Guy, Killer Bee. And base, Itachi as an Edo was fighting, everybody can literally keep up with that Naruto. It's just when he does body flicker, he's a threat, So that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the the heavy hitters, by the way. Obviously, if we're talking like mid Kage, like, you know, Sonning level, whatever, things like that, or like Jonin level, then KCM Naruto without body flicker, especially at full power, would bitch them easily. Like his shadow clones were literally Sonning level, for crying out loud, you know. So I'm not saying he's trash, but when we analyze, but when we analyze KCM Naruto, like throughout consistency wise with just his physical raw stats feats alone, everybody can keep up, you know. So it's really just his body flicker, and unfortunately, there's no way to know what Naruto is truly capable of at full power KCM, because the only time we see him at full power is when he blitzes Kasame, but Kasame wasn't even at full power. He was very, very fatigued.
He was, fatigued.
Yeah. He was like his rib cage was fucking showing. Like he was starving. He was low on chakra. Samahata wasn't with him anymore. Like, and he blitzed that Kasame. You know what I mean? Like, so again, like that's the only time we get to see him at full power. You know, and then the only statement we get is Yamato and Killer Bee saying, "Oh wow, he's like the Flash, right? The Yellow Flat Minato. He's that fast."
Facts.
But the problem is that wasn't with his physical speed. He used body flicker at that moment. You know. So again, like we never get to see his physical stats at full power. It's only when he's fatigued throughout the war, and then again, like I already said, I'm not going to repeat it. That's all you have. So like, yeah, you know, so like again, like you know, it's a really complicated thing. That's all I'm saying. KCM Naruto is really complex. But Raikage, like again, like he's dope, but yeah, come on, like Raikage is basically Rock Lee but with lightning style. Okay, come on, like you know, like it is what it is.
Yeah, he didn't get that many victories.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Naruto, Dragon Ball with the new stuff coming out. You know, boxing, UFC. There was a UFC event yesterday. W Justin Gaethje for beating Paddy Pimblett. That's a W, even at his older age. You know, the NFL playoffs, basketball, whatever you guys want to ask. Politics, anything really. Feel free.
Anything, guys. Anything.
I saw Ryan with Gorlock. And Star Safari, another streamer. So I don't know if he's locked into training. Probably not, bro. He's so famous as far as social media is concerned. He's not working harder than Mario Barrios is right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. I want to see Moro arc and Granolas okay as well, but what's after that? Also, I don't like how the manga ignores Broly and doesn't include him in the story. Broly is actually in the story now, much later on in the narrative.
Oh, so they're kind of pulling a Kakashi and Boruto with Broly.
Yeah. Okay. Eventually, the manga did catch up to the superhero movie events.
Yeah.
Eventually. I'll say this: I am very excited for the Moro arc. I think the Moro arc is one of the better arcs in the super manga.
Okay.
There's some very goated moments. We all know Ultra Ego. That's gonna break the internet if that's animated.
And we know the anime
in the Moro arc.
The anime amplifies like the fucking goated moments in the manga too. Like it gives you extra like fighting scenes and detail and whatnot, or like further stuff. So like it's just gonna make it 10 times fucking better. I mean, when it's animated. So
yeah. That's gonna be ridiculous. If we get the Granola arc soon after, we will see Ultra Ego Vegeta. That will break the internet.
Oh yeah.
That will break the internet. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that.
Get a Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Goku fight potentially, like on the side during the arc too. That'd be dope. You know, would they have a rematch?
They could even put that in.
Yep.
They could add on top of what the manga already has. What's your take on Vaste Lord Ichigo versus Omni-Man? That's an interesting battle. That's an interesting battle because Vaste Lord Ichigo, at least the one early on that beats Ulquiorra, obviously beats him quite handedly.
Yeah.
And it is implied that perhaps, that perhaps he's planetary. That's
wasn't there a statement with Yurikura, whatever the fuck is that fucking dude that forced Ichigo to go to Vaste Lord? Wasn't there a statement like when he was just releasing his spiritual pressure, like his basically like chakra, whatever the fuck they call it in there, that they say like it felt practically infinite, or like it was so heavy, like you could feel it from like where they were and their realms to like to the earth, and shit, like it was some crazy shit they were saying,
Yeah,
and that was
to
just
do my research. Yeah, not to do my research again. I would certainly say that someone of Vaste Lord Ichigo's caliber is bare minimum, large seed level, perhaps. Yeah, I know. Hueco Mundo, it's implied to be a planet. There's curvature to it.
Yeah.
Some of the explosions that I can recollect happening were very large and in caliber and size and radius.
Yeah.
Omni-Man, he's not blatant one punch planetary level. He
No,
can
he's
take
not.
over
Yeah,
planets quite quickly. A good
absolutely not.
example is when he goes to that dimension where those that one race that kept
Yeah.
coming to Earth that ages very fast kept coming. He went in there,
Yep.
he took over their planet in probably a few minutes. But I've never seen him have the level of AP required to destroy an entire planet.
Yeah, like for like
Um,
a really good way to say it too, Jay. Too, like remember when Frieza like just casually grabs the fucking dirt on Earth and just destroys the Earth just by grabbing the
yeah,
ground, right? Like that's
blatant kind
blatant
of level.
fucking play. You know, while
Yeah,
Omni Man, like Jay was saying, that dude went to that planet. And then he had to go around their planet. He had to fly around their planet like fucking 100+ times to build enough speed and momentum to then start fucking up all the cities and then fuck up the planet and the whole nine. And then eventually he ruled it. He didn't really destroy the planet either. He just was casually leveling cities with his speed alone. Um,
yeah,
so like the fact that he even has to build up, that means he outright just doesn't have that raw, level of speed and power. So there's that again, and two, like even when we, like Jay was saying, when we see it, like it doesn't show that directly, right? It just shows us the bare minimum, or you can only maybe, kind of theorize, right? And then it gets even worse where the strongest fucking Virtumite, like he's literally susceptible to the sun, the temperatures of the sun. Like they will die in the sun. They get fucked up by the sun's temperature. That's not really a good showing. Like I'm just being honest with you. Like they can be in it for a bit, but eventually they get really, really fucked up. You know what I mean? To where they die, basically.
yeah.
So that's not really good. And let's be real. Like you think Vash, Lord Ichigo, or those people that are within Bleach, they're dying to like extreme hot temperatures, like the sun. I don't know about that. Fucking, you could argue like how like their Ceros and all that or whatever. Like that's some pretty crazy intense heat temperatures, or explosions and whatnot. So I don't know. Like overall, like in the Bleach scheme of things, like it just seems more believable and more impressive, right? That they would probably have more of an edge power scaling wise. I'm not saying it's definitively, like Jay said too, homework would definitely be required. But when you analyze like what Omni-Man does and whatnot, it's like it's not really that crazy, right? Like the best thing I would say he has is like him like being right next to a black hole and just staring at it and contemplating to kill himself with it, yeah, and that's about it, right? Like but to be fair, like you can take it however you want, right? Like obviously he's not getting sucked in, whatever, blah blah. Like there's that. But you could easily argue Bleach characters could also be able to withstand a black hole and shit, and so like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's not really concrete. Like that I think that'd be like the best thing you can give him, right? So and also like he can at least resist the black hole, but it doesn't mean he can deal with the black hole. Like he can like outright destroy it or I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like Superman, he blatantly has feats to just like completely disregard black holes, right? Like he's above them, which is insane. If you're above a black hole, that means you could do a lot of crazy fucking things power scaling wise. So again, it's just it's complicated in certain regards, man. So I don't know. Like with all that being said, Jay, like do you think that still changes anything? Like with his best feats that he does have, like or no? Like I don't know what you would say.
I think first of all, Bleach scaling. So AP, we can quite definitively say Vaster Lord Ichigo probably has the nod on that, just based off what each has done historically and empirically. Speed, but speed becomes much more contentious. So for someone of Nolan's caliber, Omni-Man's caliber, able to take over planets, I do believe that physics is something that is prevalent in there for the most part. Obviously, you can't stick parallel to that forever when it comes to beings of that magnitude and power. I don't believe he ever shows anything that's I would say Omni-Man's speed. His best feats is him going across galaxies and the distance it requires. You could argue that perhaps shows that he is beyond light speed when he needs to go at those speeds, even in space. He's able to. I think he traveled from Earth to Thrax in like 2 weeks, and that's like galaxies apart or something like that.
Yep.
That's certainly beyond. That's definitely beyond light speed quite a bit.
Yep.
I would probably say as far as speed, I'd probably give it to Omni-Man. Vaster Lord Ichigo, the thing with the speed
the Vaster Lord,
yeah.
When he shot his beams, or when Yukura shot his beams, whatever, wasn't those attacks like stated to be like light speed attacks or like some? I don't remember.
I would probably say they're I would probably say the Setos and stuff are probably light speed.
Yeah.
But the level of speed that Omni-Man is going at to be able to travel like galaxies that takes light years to go across, which is why it's called light years.
Yeah.
Shows that he's like vast, like massively faster than light.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough empirically to imply or conclude that Vaster Lord Ichigo is. Maybe if you're talking about top verse characters,
yeah,
like
top verse, like if Ichigo transformed like in the future, yeah, like that for but yeah, like that
you have
one,
a better conversation.
Yeah. So speed,
Ulquiorra, he's the top spot, arguably the strongest. There's always debates about that between him and the Seat One and Yami, but I would say at that point the Espada aren't. I don't think they're touching speeds that are massively faster than light. That's quite a large quantitative gap between light speed and massively faster. That's a large gap.
That's a big gap.
And again, Omni-Man's speed across space is it's vast. It's ridiculously fast. I think it would come down to Omni-Man just being faster than Vaster Lord Ichigo. Then you got to have a lot of other conversations. Obviously, Vaster Lord Ichigo is
he can heal.
He's an individual.
Yeah,
he can heal.
Crazy.
He has hacks.
Yeah.
Then
could he even see Vaster Lord too? Because what's also stated in Bleach, is like they can only see each other because of this variable. Omni-Man doesn't have that attribute, so he wouldn't be able to see him. So that's a problem too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would be another conversation. If that's not presupposed and you say you can't see him, then how would Omni-Man beat him? That's another conversation.
Yeah, because they said
there's a lot of questions.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like this would take some fucking homework. I don't know if it was just like if they stated like it was either they stated humans can't see like the hollows and blah blah and all this shit, but the whole fucking eye, which again is Vaster Lord. That's holification. You name it, or and the only exceptions was obviously hollows, or better yet, would we eventually see, the how the fuck do I forget what they were called? The samurai motherfuckers. What were they called? I can't remember. But either point being said, it's the Quincy's with the ones with like the energy abilities and arrows
Soul
and
Reapers?
shit. Soul Reapers. There you go. Yeah, Soul Reapers or the Quincy's. They could see hollows too because again they tapped into that spectrum that gives you that ability, so
spiritual realm.
The spiritual realm and whatnot. While Omni-Man, there is no fucking evidence at all that he has the ability to see the spiritual realm or supernatural things that are not within the parameters of the reality itself, right? The real world and shit, so like that's where it gets really interesting. But maybe like I guess you could argue like with how strong Omni-Man is, like his scaling, that therefore he could break through that parameter, like how Goku can be breaking through things, and therefore he could see. I don't know. It's a really gray area, but there is that.
I think. I think. Yeah, if we presuppose he could see him, his speed would be so vast here that I think at bare minimum he could. I don't see why someone of, again, this is all speculative and theoretical, but I don't see why someone of his caliber couldn't hurt Vaster Lord Ichigo with his punches, his pure AP. I think he is strong enough to at least hurt him, and I think his vast speed would just be overwhelming. Again, it's a very, very loaded, very in-depth conversation.
He did break the gates of hell too, Vaster Lord Ichigo, with his AP. He did break the gates of hell, which is pretty fucking crazy too. So
I think if Vaster Lord Ichigo does hit Nolan, it'd be fatal. It would be very, very fatal to him and his life. If Nolan's able to evade because of his speed, which I do believe is superior to what we do know right now, I think maybe over time he could wear down Ichigo.
Jay, we forgot about this. We did forget about this. Vaster Lord Ichigo and who he was fighting, they technically also have like flying Raijin with like instantaneous movement, like similar to Goku's teleportation. So it's not their physical raw stats, but I forget, it's called I can't remember what they called it, but they have that ability too, to where they can literally move from point A to point B instantaneously. It's literally teleportation. So he does have that, which that might give Omni-Man a hard time. speed wise, not his physical speed, but at least that. Which then could give him enough time to like shoot fucking blast and shit, and and use his AP and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. There's something to think about.
It'd be a very tough battle. Off the top of my head, I'd probably lean towards Omni-Man because of his speed. I know that Hellverse, that people are saying changes things. And if that's canon, he's even more powerful.
I did look a little bit too, Jay, on some stuff. Like, I was looking at some of his stuff at speed, and it's not looking too good for Vastalore because basically from what I've seen consistency-wise is it's like he's potentially faster than light. But what is at least known concretely is he is definitely massively hypersonic. But he's concretely confirmed hypersonic, but potentially faster than speed of light. And that's not really good because we know Omni-Man is like way, like he's really fucking fast. So
way faster.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. I'd probably lean towards Omni-Man.
So basically what I'm saying, guys, low ball, hypersonic speeds is what he's at. High ball, faster than light. From what I've seen so far,
Yeah.
But.
And definitely not massively faster.
So. Yeah,
no. Sonito isn't teleportation. I think Sonito's like...
Yes, that's what it's called. Sonito. So it's like Flying Raijin, but in Bleach. Yeah. It's beyond the speed of light.
It's like Bleach. Yeah, that's like Bleach's version of Body Flicker or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, that's a good matchup for sure. There's a lot of variables that need to be considered. A lot of fact checking that needs to be executed as well.
Yeah, it could always be a video you do, Jay. That could be a dope ass video.
Yeah.
Someone requested or pays for it,
as well.
Yeah. Or if you want to do it for fun.
Yeah. Did you hear about that Marvel? Oh, what's going on, Random? What's going on, bro? Did you hear about that Marvel Rivals 40K tournament controversy? Actually, I have not.
No, I have not. And that's crazy because I'm like, I'm not always like, I don't know everything in the gaming realm of things, but I keep up for the most part to a degree, So like the fact that I haven't even heard of that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. So it says
they're bringing Deadpool to Marvel Rivals though. Shout out to Deadpool.
Yeah, that'd be W. The tournament was draft pick tournament with the winning team getting 40K. The main people involved are these people. Okay, where does it get to the point? Kingdom made
Jay.
The team begins practicing.
I almost forgot. Somebody was talking shit on Discord on my server at a certain point. And they're like, "Oh, Batman, is fucking traveled or blah blah yada yada." And like, he doesn't understand like why like the comics do so well and this and that and blah blah. Like he was talking about like recently too about like the Absolute Batman comic being like the highest paid comic out of all like for the year of 2025. What's it called? 2025. And then also it was the Batman versus Deadpool comic that was second place. You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't understand, blah, blah. And it's like, bitch, like, Batman's been breaking comic financial records, like, throughout history. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how are you going to hate and be mad that he's always winning?
Donate for the video. Hey, yeah.
Shit's crazy.
Facts. Drop Nukes, appreciate that, brother. Follow me on, or you can tell me here, too, but if you want to get in my Discord server, shoot me a message. And Nick, we can set that up whenever you get the chance. Appreciate that, and I'll definitely do a video on that. It's very interesting. My Discord server is in the description. You can just DM me or whatever, or tag me. We can set that up whenever you get the chance. Appreciate that. We'll definitely make that happen. That'll be a fire video, and obviously I'll be well versed when that happens.
Yeah.
Basically, there was a tournament with 40K on the line, and a trash ass player refused to switch off an ass character when the comp wasn't working. I see.
Oh, okay.
It's always those kind of people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it's games for you.
But yeah, folks, we do custom videos as well. So I get very fair prices. I've had people basically sponsor videos before. So if you guys ever want a custom video like that, follow me on Discord. Comment. You can even comment on any of my videos. I'll get in touch with you. We can make that happen. So if you ever want like a custom video, feel free. Flash up isn't instantaneous. It looks like it, kind of like when Naruto appears behind Raikage. Yeah, body flicker. All right, it's like Naruto's version of body flicker.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Well, when I was researching the technique and whatnot, it was by multiple resources from what I've seen. Obviously, until I confirm in the manga itself, that I'm just taking the word of several sources out there when I was looking into it, just for a speed, for a quick research. But they were all claiming it is instantaneous, and it is beyond the speed of light. So
Yeah.
Could they be wrong? Maybe, but I was just going off from that what I was seeing.
Yeah, Bleach has some very interesting. The speeds particularly is very complex. There's like a lot of
Gotcha.
homework you gotta
I'm
do
assuming they
to
have
be
like their
accurate on
own
that,
data
from what I've
books,
noticed.
because I don't remember.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I don't remember the
believe they do,
speed
yeah.
of that being described in the manga itself directly or anime. So if anything, it's probably a data book where they're getting it from. But
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff from what I remember when I did some scaling. Yeah, man, I'm already in the Discord. I'll hit you up so we can set that up. I appreciate you, bro, for sure, for sure. Appreciate that. Bro, if you do that video, hit me up on Discord. I'm an experienced bleacher, so I can tell you about beach scaling. Yeah, for sure. Any help is any help. I'm obviously gonna do my homework. I know how to, but yeah, any help for sure, man. Thoughts are mortified. I don't really know who that is. I think he's like in the Discord community.
yeah, I know who he
I don't
is.
know much about him.
Unfortunately, like if I go off just the good, like he's just like any one of us that likes, passionate about things, anime, whatever, blah blah, or likes to debate here and there on Discord or whatever. But he has like a lot of mental issues though. Like he's literally admitted it himself. That he has like,
Really?
yeah, he has like mental health
Yeah.
issues. Like he's admitted it himself. He's acknowledged it, whatever, and he be doing and saying some crazy ass shit. And he also hangs out with like the
Damn.
really weird wrong side of the party, such as like noodles and the whole nine, whatever. He was around all that too. So
All those losers.
yeah, so like yeah, he's just not. And then he was also like on servers that always have like all this crazy ass drama or weirdos or people that are swatting or doxing and all this shit. So he's just not around good atmospheres, has issues himself, and so on and so forth. And he's a very drama person. So that's why I don't typically be around him or stay away from him. But,
Speaking of that, I don't know why this came to mind, but I remember that one guy. What was his name? He used to be friends with certain people. Chrome.
yeah. Oh yeah,
remember
he was
like
he was revealed to be a
he did some
pedophile.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was random as fuck. I remember when that happened. I was like, what
And he
the
tried to
fuck?
DM me
But,
privately, and I had to like eventually post all that publicly because he tried to
yeah,
DM me privately and like explain his side of the story, say everything that happened,
yeah.
like, and then like ask me if I would still be cool with him. It's like, bro, like you just admitted that you did
What
these
the
things, whatever.
fuck?
Blah, blah. It's like, no, what the fuck? What do you
Hell
expect me to
no,
say?
bro.
like I was cool
Yeah,
with you
what
before,
did
but
he do?
yeah.
Like some test shit? That's crazy.
Long story short,
Yeah,
it was there was this girl that was a minor, and he knew about it or whatever,
oh shit.
as well, and like he didn't do nothing with her at first, but then like apparently they both got drunk or whatever, and then like some shit happened and whatnot,
Oh
and
shit.
that was that.
Oh,
Well,
oh yeah,
it
he
was
fucked
along
up
those,
then.
yeah, it was along those
That's
parameters. But
crazy.
either way, you don't put yourself in that sit. Like if you know a minor is clearly into you, and the whole
Nah,
nine and so on and so forth,
no
why are
excuse.
you
No
socially
excuse.
hanging out with her like that? Why are you putting yourself in that position? Like so he didn't like outrightly do it, like but
Oh,
he did say he was intoxicated or whatever. But here's the problem, though. When I confirmed and asked him a question like, okay, how intoxicated were you? Like, were you just like completely fucked up, blah blah? We were in and out or throwing up, whatever. And he's like, no, I was just like buzzed. I'm like, okay, then no, yeah. Like, so he was still aware.
First of
Yeah,
all, why grown-ups, unless they're your family members and like your niece or some shit, why are you even
yeah,
hanging out with mine? That's the first question, bro. Like,
exactly.
the fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
That's weird as fuck.
yeah.
That, yeah, I don't.
And
That's
that's
there's
why
no
he was
excuse for that
banned from
bullshit.
Six server. He
I
used
know a
to
lot
be one
about.
of the old admins and moderators on Six server, but because of all that,
Yeah,
that's why he got
I
banned and
remember
kicked
him.
out. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember that guy. That's crazy. I do bleach scaling. Yeah, for sure. If I need help, I got you, bro, for sure. Wonder if I hangs out with Sage or W Stage though. I gotta head out now. I appreciate you coming in, John. John, appreciate you, brother.
Well, Sage probably
Speaking of
doesn't know about
data
any
books
of
with
that
most anime,
stuff.
how out?
So to be fair, what's it called?
Nah,
Like Sage,
he
he's
just does
always
his thing.
yeah.
Shout out
Sage
to
is,
Sage.
Sage just does his thing and he's chill with everybody. He's not gonna be doing fucking background checks on people. So
Yeah. Speaking of data books with most anime, how reliable do you think the data books are outside of debating purposes? So, if you're asking just on a factual basis how accurate they are as far as whether what is stated is factual or not. Here's the thing about data books that I've noticed, and I think it's just logically very very safe to conclude this.
Yep.
Data books aren't just meant to give factual or data. There are multiple purposes for data books.
Yep.
Obviously, authors and publishing companies, these companies want to market the characters and the events and bring the story to life in the eyes of the audience.
Summoning no
So clearly, you're
jutsu,
gonna have to,
Sage. Come here to
yeah,
tell him he's wrong.
yeah, yeah. So you're gonna have uh, statements like like the one you brought up, the Nine Tails planetary statement. The Sharingan sees the universe, or
Yeah.
even blatant lies like
Tamari's
Heavy Sasuke's.
universal.
Yeah, I believe there's a statement about Heavy Sasuke saying that he was strong enough to beat the Akatsuki.
Yeah.
When in the very panel that's showing that, right, the panel it's referencing, it's showing him attacking, I
It's
believe,
clearly
Deira
hyperbolic. It's clearly
or
hyperbolic.
Obito. Yeah, so basically it's a lie because we don't know what the plot is at that point in time when the data book was published. And the reason that that lie was embedded in there was to create marketability and hype and
Yeah.
lore around Heavy Sasuke at that time.
Yep.
So I believe when you're using data book statements and you're trying to determine whether it's accurate or not, basically cross-reference that statement to what it's referencing in the narrative itself and try to critically analyze whether or not it seems accurate or not. Obviously use your own discretion, your common sense there. Obviously there's some very obvious hyperbolic statements such as, again, Tamara blows away the universe, the Sharingan sees all things in the universe, things of that nature. I would say for the most part it isn't in best practice to presuppose that databook statements are 100% factual without doing your own fact checking when basically cross referencing the narrative to determine whether or not it is true or accurate.
Yeah.
And that's fine because that's the very nature of storytellers and how they make their money. They don't want just tedious robotic encyclopedia types, you know,
No,
basically
like
material out there because
like
that's
Jay,
boring.
they
No one's
want
gonna buy that.
profit.
No one's gonna want to read that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want profits for market value
yeah,
for like many like they want to keep people on their toes like because that's why they also leave it like really vague. They don't like literally like state it in a way where it's like very obvious what they're talking about, whatever. Like they'll leave it up and open to interpretation. You know what I mean? To where
they
it's
play on
subjective.
emotions.
Yeah, like so like
Yeah,
it's open to interpretations.
that's the world of
There,
sales.
there could be
Yeah,
different viewpoints on whether if it's like to have
yeah,
like a exaggerating emphasis or like a narrative emphasis, or better yet, to convince the audience that this is what it is at this point in time, right during the story, the whole night. But then you get further information, whether it's data books or manga statement, whatever the fuck, that completely debunks that, like, and so on and so forth. Like, so
facts.
again, like data books, they're there to give you the bare minimum, right? But to still give you an open mind that you may not still know what it could be, right? That's basically what the data books do.
Yeah,
The only thing that's blatantly, like clearly just data or, for information material is like when it's saying like the character's blood type, right? Or their age and things like that or whatever, blah, blah.
yeah, like their age,
Yeah.
things that are,
Yeah,
yeah,
but even
inherently
that,
factual.
even
Yeah,
that alone can be problematic because then you have manga statements that are saying the age of the characters or like giving information on these characters at certain different time points that conflicts with the data book to where now it's being debated whether if it's a plot hole or not or how is this possible or whatever based upon the manga statements that we have for Obito's age and Kakashi and so on and so whatever you name it. So like even factual data books can be contentious or problematic, right? So again, like the
yeah,
long story short, data books are just they're not just black and white, right? It's very, very complex. So yeah.
yeah. So you debated this with Sage on the data books.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, shout out to my dog Sage. Basically, obviously he's trying to win his point using the Hashirama statement. He was arguing that data purely expository, right? Which an expository piece of writing only has one purpose. It is to educate or to explain. There is no lore building. There is no emotional appeal.
Yeah.
There's none of that. A good example is a fucking encyclopedia or a dictionary. Dictionary's sole purpose is to educate you on the definitions of words, right? Semantics. But the data books isn't just that. If that was the case, none of us would give a shit about Naruto, Dragon Ball, or any factual based reality has a data book. We wouldn't give a shit. We don't care about someone's age if we don't know who they are, we don't know what they're about. So basically that was the whole debate. And basically my argument against that was yes, there is it does have an expository type of style, but pieces of writing don't just have one type of writing style. There's types of books that can be expository, persuasive. It's not they're not mutually exclusive. Basically, it was basically the debate we had. Right, it was up to the people on who they thought won that. But yeah, it's the data books is very obvious that they are not purely expository in nature. It's very obvious. You if you use any common sense, you know what the author's intentions are. You know what the distributor's intentions are. It's to make money. So
Kid you not, like 9 out of 10 times, every content creator has agreed and also claimed that as well. Like, there's not like, a matter of fact, I can't
yeah,
even remember or think of a content creator that's not aware that the data books can actually be, you know what I mean? Like, clearly not, just factual only or just to inform you. Like, no, it's for many purposes, right? Everybody has claimed that or said or analyzed it that way, and you name it. And especially the biggest Naruto YouTubers themselves that first started it all, like Swag Kage,
yeah,
Naruto Explained, etc.
swag,
Whatever, they all also have
yeah,
acknowledged and see, and mind you, like they work for that shit. They do it, whatever you name it. So again, like not to discredit anyone who wanna or to sound like a dick or whatever, but like again, Jay is not just saying shit to say shit. It's very, very, very obvious. But again, they were debating,
yeah,
so that's why you got to do what you got to do, right? So, but yeah,
yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah. So you could say statements like nine tails being planetary could be consistent with stuff like consistently being shown and stated to be stronger than a combined six tails bijou with just half. Yeah, that statement in particular, there's an argument for both sides, whether you think it's literal,
yeah,
whether you think it's
it's
hyperbolic. That
inconclusive.
one's
Yeah,
not
there's
like
not really a way
one of the
to yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
there's not, because like when you see the Nine
There are
Tails doing
levels
Biju
of
bombs, like all we really see at most is that it's devouring mountains. Like, and he's doing full power Biju bombs, remind you. Okay, and you're also talking about the same Nine Tails that hates humans, does not want to be captured, does not want to be enslaved, and does not want to be put in a human being either. Right? The only person he liked was the Sage of Six Paths. Okay, so it wouldn't make any fucking sense for the Nine Tails to let himself continuously get captured, whatever the case and blah blah. Like, if anything, I'd just blow up the fucking planet. They can't live without a planet. You know what I mean? Like, while he could, theoretically, maybe, or at least they both lose, right? It's either leave me the fuck alone or I'm destroying this world. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I don't know. Like, you could argue definitely, like, in many, many ways against it, and so on. And even based upon the feats that we do see, again, this goes back to what Jay was saying with Omni Man. We don't ever just flat out blatantly see him, just casually punch a fucking planet and boom, right? Like, he can't do that. Instead, we get feats that show the opposite, that he has to literally build up his power and momentum and to start doing things or whatever. So, like, if we go off what we see in the show, you know what I mean? Even with fucking Naruto, where he's theoretically stronger as because of the whole Jinchuriki thing, even then he's still not doing. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. Like, I just can't. I wouldn't say it's safe. Like, I'll say once you get
yeah.
to like after the war, right? Like when you're about to get into the Boruto territory of things, like the video games kind of like show. You know what I mean? Like they could definitely potentially be planetary with like the things that they're doing. But to be fair, that's like Hokage Naruto, right? Or that's Naruto that's about to be Hokage, and he's already strong himself, along with the power of the Nine Tails. So it makes sense, right? Not the Nine Tails itself directly, So yeah, this is something to think about. But
Yeah, so basically with data book statements, the way I look at it is each statement contains a certain level of absurdity. So for example, Naruto's 10 years old. There's no absurdity contained there. That's factual, that's objective. And with these statements, you're going to have a level of reluctancy in believing them, right? So that one, there's no level of reluctancy. It's clear the guy's the age that it's stated. Then you get to the more like the nine tail statement, more middle ground territory where perhaps it sounds absurd to some it doesn't. You're more reluctant to just take that off face value and consider that factual. So you got to go
yeah,
to the narrative and check it and look it over. There's arguments for it being true. Obviously, the interpretation of that statement also matters. Do you believe that the Nine Tails is capable of one shot AP that can actually destroy a planet in a single blow?
yeah,
That has to be fact checked and confirmed.
yeah,
Or do you believe that he could do it gradually over time? That's what I believe more so.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
if
yeah.
Kurama was left to his own devices, Maybe over time it could destroy a planet. That's very possible.
Yeah.
And then there's the absolutely absurd statements like Tamari blows away the universe. That's absolutely absurd.
Like David is
You don't
Jay.
even the
Like
reluctance to believe that is
Madara was stated with his perfect Susanoo to be able to shatter all things in the universe, and while Tamari is also stated to blow all things in the universe. So what? Tamari and Madara are
yeah.
universal, but yet we clearly see that Madara is like on a whole other fucking power. Like Tamari is nowhere near that shit. So it's like, again, like it gets to the point where we can't really take these statements literally, right? Like like even for someone like Madara, like we can't even do that, right? Like if anything, what makes more sense to me interpretation wise with all the evidence we have in the context is that it's just clearly saying that Madara is really fucking strong, right? Like his Susanoo is very powerful because right when it states it can shatter all things in the universe, then he's shown to cut mountains casually, right? So like I from what I get from that is, oh, he's just really strong, right? And then while Tamari, what you can get from that is like her wind style is pretty strong, right? Like it's nothing crazy, but it's like, oh, it's just basically hyping up her wind style, right? That she's a really good wind style user, you know? That makes the most sense from everything we know in Naruto. So you have to like understand all the evidence that's given and then analyze the data book statement while corresponding it to all that background information and then drive a conclusion, you know? So
yeah, basically, it's almost scientific the way you got to approach data books. The ones that describe a universe as complex as Naruto. There's so much context and there's so many factors that are involved in power and AP and speed and durability. All these colloquial terms we use for power scaling. It's scientific in nature. You got to go through each statement with a fine tooth comb if you really want to be as accurate as possible. That's the nature in which you got to do it. And that's the way real world science works as well. Obviously the stakes are much higher. Like for example, doctors are not going to give someone a vaccine that hasn't been thoroughly tested because they kill somebody, right? Obviously that's basically the analogy is if you want to be as accurate as possible and avoid mistakes or avoid far-fetched claims, you got to approach each statement in that fashion and that nature.
yeah.
So
like Jay, the two biggest, craziest, absurd statements is like Kakashi being stated to be omnipotent and fucking Shippuden. The Tachi with the MS to see all things in the universe, yet he had no fucking knowledge on the alien clan, Cayuga, whatever, all that, the whole like if he knew all that, he would have been fucking telling Konoha like, hey, we have a fucking problem. Like here, you know what I mean? Like this is even far more beyond the Akatsuki, right? You know what I mean? Like he would have been telling motherfuckers, or trying to, think or whatever, or worried or whatever. Like, and mind you, they're all within that universe, just no, like get the fuck out of here. Like again, like when you guys analyze everything as a whole, you'll see blatant direct debunks to prove that the data books are either full of shit or they can be so contentious where you don't really necessarily know what it could mean necessarily, or it's just like Jay said, factual, right, to the T, So
yeah. So, by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Where the hell is my... Give me a second, folks. Make sure to hit the like button. It's really appreciated. With characters like Omni-Man that move through space, since there's no friction, they can accelerate infinitely unimpeded for hours and days until he goes far beyond his own reaction speed. I don't know if it's that simple.
No, that's not true because there's many characters in DC that can move through space that can't do what you just fucking said. You know what I mean? Or Marvel or fucking other animes like... that there's a lot of characters that can travel in space, yet they're not what you're claiming. So it depends what we're talking about. Like what Jay said before, sure, you can apply physics or science to a certain degree, but then it eventually gets to a point where, again, you have to analyze the feats and what they're capable of doing, and does that actually support that realm of science, right? If it doesn't, then no. So yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. To be honest, people don't play Sasuke during Part 1 because some people are thinking he's a fraud due to losing to Gaara. Lee Gaara, Orochimaru, Sound Ninja. When that's
he didn't lose to Gaara.
Yeah, I mean, these guys aren't exactly fodder.
He didn't lose to Gaara.
It's not exactly fodder.
What you mean?
Yeah.
He beat Gaara in their first
based
fight.
Off the yeah. Chakra cannon from Naruto. From Naruto the last, you could argue Kuroma's new moon level plus. Yeah, as far as how his AP scales, it's debatable for sure.
Yeah, like the movie where they're like cutting the fucking moon. But again, like that's still debatable because that could be due to Naruto's power and his combined, and not necessarily the Nine Tails itself.
Yeah.
So
it's not Kurama alone.
yeah.
But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Again, politics, conspiracies, IRL, sports, of course, anime, uh, comic books, whatever you guys want to ask.
Oh,
Media
also,
coming this year, next year.
I forgot to mention this. Where you guys brought up Sasuke's whole chakra issues and Boruto and whatnot. Like, I do think they do it a little bit too much for convenience purposes. But
For sure, for
I
sure.
will say that in Part One Naruto and Shippuden, they do show that many times with characters such as Kakashi, Sasuke himself, Shikamaru especially. There's a lot of characters that run out of chakra all the fucking time or get very close to low on chakra, right? And then we get like a time skip and then they're back to full power, right? You know what I mean? While with Sasuke, while we're seeing in Boruto, he's basically suffering the same effects that we see in Part 1 Naruto or Shippuden, but he hasn't been given that time skip grace, right? The reset button, and it's still affecting him, and then that's why he can only do so much, right? That's the difference. So, like, just putting that out there, like, it may seem like it's a little bit, excessive, whatever, which yes and no, right? But we do see the same in Naruto. Like, it's not a surprise or anything new. That's all I'm trying to say. So, but
Yeah. Don't think Naruto characters, specifically Kurama, are destroying planets like DB characters. I feel like it'd be more of a creators and causing a cataclysmic. Yeah, I agree.
exactly,
Be more gradual.
exactly.
Yeah. Naruto's definitely more of AP than DC. I agree as well.
Like guys, like Dragon Ball Z, even Dragon Ball was like that, like where it first all began to just blatantly show if a character actually skilled to something, like just blatant objective feats. You know what I mean? Like in Dragon Ball, you see him destroying a fucking moon, right? And fucking, and then you get to Z with planets, like, and so on, and then it's galaxies effortlessly, with Boo and shit, like. So, and then you get to fucking Super where it's the universe is at stake, or then they're in that one tournament of Power Realm where it's like infinite, right? And that's even, so like we get blatant obvious things while with other animes, they try not to go along that trope or that direction because they want the market value, right? They want to keep things kind of in the air to like make you second guess or think or talk about it. That again, that's what brings more popularity and more financial success to their product, right? When it's not just great black and white, And a lot of animes do that nowadays to where they'll give you a set amount of evidence or certain things or whatever to where you can only come so far to certain conclusions, right? And that's why you have the low ball scaling, the high ball scaling, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth, right? So, like, but what we can at least say bare minimum, if we're being transparent, we will never technically really know, right? You can only do so much probability-wise. So,
yeah, probability.
Yeah.
It's the best you can do.
Yep.
It's fiction, so not every factor is always considered by the author. I'm just saying you can go way beyond your normal speed in space if you're moving for a long period of time. Yeah, space, obviously, well, theoretically, gravity could still, manipulate your speed if you're close enough to large celestial bodies. There's so many factors when it gets to space and the way speed.
But you also got to remember, a lot of fictional characters can disregard the science element of things too, where realism doesn't apply to them. That's also a thing too. You guys forget that. So.
Yeah, facts. It's. Physics is
like fiction is not simple. It can be really complicated,
especially in battle based realities. Let's see, bro, I'll never forget the multiversal Naruto meta that Noodles tried to spread.
Oh yeah, that shit was fucking ridiculous. Like just blatant high fucking ball nonsense, like just glazing the fuck out of it,
That shit's crazy. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Any questions, feel free. This year we definitely want to be more consistent.
Yeah.
Content-wise, for sure. Streams, videos, even TikTok I'm trying to get on there, so feel free to follow me there. Things of that nature, so. See if there's any questions. Feel free to ask any at all, folks. But yeah, it should be a good year this year, media-wise. And now that we have Dragon Ball confirmation, next year should be goated as well with the Moro arc. That'll be fire. That'll be major fire. So, see if I missed any questions.
Jay, if we did have to give a critique to Sasuke, the only critique I do have for him is how he took his L's. When he did eventually get L's, he did have some really embarrassing L's. Like Rock Lee, that was probably the most embarrassing one.
That was very
he got a from what was it? Fucking Hood Swing Street. Like fucking that man. He got you know what I'm talking about.
That shit was hilarious.
Like that man, he got. I'm sorry, but yeah. So we had to bring up that funny thing because whoever that YouTuber was that made that funny ass shit, where they would basically like apply like some editing. They would like they would take the voice of the Naruto dub characters, but just like use their own like sentences. Like they somehow could do that, and it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
it was fucking hilarious.
It's fucking
but anyways, but yeah, no, like that beating was really embarrassing. And then the other ass beating, I think that was really really bad. That gave him like that gave the unfortunate hate agenda, or while people try to just exaggerate shit, was Killer Bee. He got fucking bitched by Killer Bee, bro. Like I'm sorry, like I've never seen a ninja like during a fight just take out a book, start writing bars, and then rapping it, and then saying you fucking suck. Like fucking.
That's probably as embarrassing as it gets.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, like there's no like. And from my memory, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You can comment or whatever. But Kiba, my bad. Yeah, Kiba's number one. He lost to a fart, my bad. But Kiba. But besides Kiba's fucking fodder ass, okay, Sasuke's in second fucking place. No ninja ever went through that humiliation like that. Come on. Well, fuck, that motherfucker took out a book to write rap music and then said, "You're fucking weak." Like...
Yeah, facts. That's the worst.
So that I will give you guys at least, but that's the only valid like criticism you could give him. That's it though. Other than that, he does have his W's. He's an incredible, well-written character, and Sasuke is that dog. He does have that dog in him, you know. So
yeah, he's always had the dog in him, even back in the day.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys have asked here. But I want to know where you guys scale Naruto at his peak, both end of Shippuden up until Baryon mode. At his very peak, AP wise, which where he schooled Ishiki Otsutsuki.
Planetary.
Highball. I would say somewhere.
Solar system.
Yeah, as far like Baryon mode, anywhere between solar system to galaxy.
Yeah.
Would be like my
low ball,
planetary highball I could give him in Baryon mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you really low ball him, planetary.
Yeah.
Shippuden and Shippuden, he's definitely planetary plus.
Yes.
Definitely planetary plus for sure. That's where I would probably kind of estimate where he's at. In Baryon mode, he's grown so much that solar system is
his fucking assessment. Like bro, Baryon mode made the fucking 8th gate look like a fucking joke. Like the amplifier within that transformation was fucking insane. Like he went from getting fucking bullied by Ishiki, a guy that was ridiculously fucking powerful, then to go into bullying him effortlessly, right? Like, that's a big fucking jump in power. Like, to the point where Sasuke was like he's just on a whole other level. Like I can't even perceive his movements. Like, he couldn't even perceive him. You know, like, fucking...
That's ridiculous. Sasuke lost so much aura in that Killer Bee fight, bro. Had to gain it back by fighting the 5 Kage. That's facts, bro.
Yes, that is true. I think that's what humbled it, made him like snap.
Yeah.
It was the Killer Bee fight.
Yeah, that's what made him have a mental breakdown. And I'm like, bro, that's wild work. That's wild work, and you need some major aura. That's probably what Obito told him. He's like, dude, you look like a bitch, and you need to gain your aura back.
Obito said that too. He's like, bro, like you brought me a fucking tentacle. You didn't beat him. He fucking played you. He said, son, go back and fetch me my fucking Jujutiki. Yeah. That's what he told him.
He's like, but you look like a pussy. Go aura farm right now. That's literally what he told him. You have to go aura farm at the summit. So him standing upside down. Him standing there fighting the Red Kage. That was him aura farming.
But Jay, I could see you make a video like a comedy skit where like you're doing Sasuke versus Killer Bee, all that, like you're writing all the lines, and it's just so fucking hilarious. And then after that, like then it's like Sasuke having some like talk to himself, you know, quietly. And then like it goes to like that little secret meeting with him and Obito, like Obito's roasting him and shit. And then it goes to like him going to the village, and then Obito comes back like finding out the truth, and then like more roasting and shit. Like bro, that shit would be fucking hilarious. And then it's just like, oh, go, like what you said, go to the fucking summit right now, you fucking disgraceful bitch. And you can't be a Akatsuki looking like that, bitch.
Would be Sasuke.
Bro, that would be a funny ass video, bro. Like, oh my god. Like, the title of the video, the real reason why Sasuke went rogue. Oh,
literally,
shit.
that's what I fucking call a video. It'll be like Sasuke's aura farming history or some shit like that. Like, bro, Sasuke's aura farming incident. That's what I call that shit. Him getting bitched by Killer Bee. Like, bro,
yeah, that was
you need
bad.
to regain that aura, buddy.
Like that was really bad.
Yeah, that was bad. LMAO, how caught up to you? How caught up to One Piece? I think I'm in the 200 range as far as the anime. Obviously, I got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Long way to go.
Oh, and that's also
One Piece.
That's also further proof that Sasuke definitely doesn't scale to V1 Raikage, because there are some weirdos that say that shit even after like his hatred amps and whatnot. Because if you guys analyze how he performed to Killer Bee in base, remind you, he gets beat the fuck up. And mind you, he has his team there, like Team Taka's there. Then you have that same exact team. A stronger Sasuke on top of it, okay, and yet like he's shown to be competitive to Raikage or whatever, but then when the Raikage finally gets serious, then he gets bitched. Like I feel like that should definitely be like the icing on the cake for you guys. That Sasuke was never, you know what I mean, like just like over V1 Raikage or like actually a competitor. Like he couldn't even handle fucking base B or even V1B, you know. So like I'm sorry, but he's not that level, you know.
He wasn't that guy for a while.
Yeah.
I talked to some guy that denied Raditz can tank moon level attacks, and so I showed him tanking Piccolo attack, and he said, "Oh, Piccolo's attack just made a small crater, so it's not moon level." Yeah, some people are what I like to call chronic deniers. Yeah. You know, they love denying, and they'll die on the hill. They'll die on that hill even when they're
basically noodles
and proven wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, you know, a lot of the sophists in the community. And there's people like that in real life. People that will never change their ways.
It's like bro, Jay, you show him the clip of like this guy cutting a moon in half, and then the guy will be like, "Oh, no, he's not moon level. He just the moon couldn't." like shut
literally,
the fuck
this is
up.
A bunch of bullshit. It's like, bro, it's bullshit. It's like, come on, bro. But yeah, this. Oh, I found the video, by the way. Let me see if you guys could hear this about Swing Street. Let me see if I can download this shit. You guys need to hear this shit, man. This shit is hilarious.
Hood Swing Street.
Let me share my screen. You can see this bullshit. This shit is hilarious. So you guys could see, folks. You guys will hear this shit. Actually, maybe I could show you guys too. Where is it at? It's a good one. It's a good one.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh yeah, yep.
Why the fuck is this first exam?
Fuck, I might get copyrighted though. I'm just thought about that.
So far away. These niggas are dead ass tweaking.
Hold on. Did I just hear you say the N-word?
Listen, I know you probably mean well, but trust me when I say it's best to just ignore him.
I cannot ignore this blatant ignorance. You are not from any of the major hoods in the Leaf Village either, so I know you do not have the pass.
Nigga, shut your Bruce Lee looking ass up.
Oh, shit. The fucking music.
Cause I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to.
It's not that deep, Naruto.
It's not that deep.
I don't give a fuck. This nigga is disrespecting my name and status as a hood nigga.
Your claims of being from the hood are just as false as the rumors I heard.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Of you being black.
Nigga, I'm from Swing Set.
This shit is funny. Look at this part.
Status as a hood nigga.
Your claims of being from the hood are just as false as the rumors I heard of you being black.
Nigga, I'm from Swing Set Street, the most dangerous hood in East Konoha.
East
Damn,
Konoha?
he's from Swing Set Street? That would actually explain a lot about him.
You motherfuckers from Swing Set Street would not last a single day in the hood that I'm from.
Nigga, please, you don't know a single thing about Swingset Street. Shit gets active over there, fuck nigga.
It's active.
Since you claim I do not know anything about your hood, come show me how an affiliate of Swing Set
Affiliate?
Street
That's
gets
wild.
active then.
Say
Oh
less,
my
nigga.
God.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Damn, he bitched him. Fuck.
He did all that talking just to lose in one hit.
I knew your hood was trash, but I expected more from an affiliate of Swing Set Street.
Fuck,
Damn. I got cooked.
Oh my God.
That's wild work, dude.
And then he did the
Wow.
same Oh shit to my Sasuke.
God.
Hey, and then he did the same shit to Sasuke.
He did the same shit, dude. He cooked those guys. That's crazy. I will see that people overlook how many legendary ninja that Sasuke went up against in a series to Sasuke as an adult and as a teen and adult. That's facts, though. That's facts. They do overlook it. It's active. That's facts, bro. These guys said shit gets active and swing.
Like don't get me wrong though.
Swing
Like
Set
I'll say
Street.
this
That
too
is
for you
wild.
guys as well. Like again, Sasuke. Like we were just bringing that up as again like speaking mainly as the regard like for humiliation. You know what I mean? Like embarrassing. Like he definitely takes it. But did he do some pretty crazy shit in that fight? Yeah, he did. Like the fact he could go many blows,
Facts.
blow for blow with his sword taijutsu, that was fucking badass, right? You know what I mean? Like, so again, like we're not just saying, oh, Sasuke's fucking, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a very embarrassing defeat though, and he like how Killer Bee was treating him, sunning him the whole time, like to his teammates as well. You know, like it was bad. It was bad,
Yeah.
like, you know. So like again, like both things are true. Like
very
he did, he
humiliating.
was a badass during the fight, but he gets really bitched, you know. So, but yeah,
Yeah, he gets his sword and shit. He's like horrified, and then you know, Killer Bee's like, bitch. He starts
and
running
it's
raps,
several
like, I don't give a
times.
shit.
It's
And then
several
attacks him,
times
and
he gets bitched by
cooked.
B. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty humiliating. He had a huge deficit at that moment, and he had to go to the 557. That's basically what happened. So it was a tough time in Sasuke's childhood. Very tough times.
He had to level up his hood level.
The worst
you know?
L since losing his. Yeah, facts. That was the worst L he took since losing his parents in the clan. That's how bad it was. It was really bad. Yeah, he was cooked. What else do you guys say? There's still some Dragon Ball down players that say DBZ is city level and DBS is planet. Yeah, I don't even know how that's possible because there's like literal, like fucking pictures and animations of these guys destroying planets and stuff. So it's shaking universes and stuff. It's ridiculous. But yeah, folks, we'll go about 10 minutes. Then we'll do the good old 6 strategy. We'll do $1 per minute after that. If you guys want us to keep shit active in this stream, like Naruto said, like where it gets active still, $1 per minute. That's usually what we do after 2 or 3 hour mark. But yeah, any questions at all, please feel free. Anything at all, by all means, anything at all, any topics, anime or not, feel free to ask. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. It's good. Appreciate it. The more likes, the better. The higher it gets in the algorithm, the more active this shit gets in the future with future streams. So we appreciate it. Don't forget we do reactions as well for $1 per minute. Literally $1 per minute. That's our very fair rate. So feel free. To be honest, I absolutely despise when Sasuke not scaling to 4th Hokage. I just really want him to be a high tier level competitor. Facts. Not forgot to check in with Lee. That's facts, bro. He forgot to check in. You guys should do a video on the Naruto world's geography and how big you think it is, because there's some decent arguments on it being bigger than our Earth, for example. Yeah, I believe, shout out to Sage. I believe he did one on that matter. I might be mistaken. Yeah, but I'll be down. And if you guys want it, let me know. We can make that happen. It's another video I'll be down to do and explore. Explore the more empirical, data on the sizes of the plant, sizes of the Naruto verse. Yeah, he killed it on that video. Shout out to Sage for that shit. Yeah. Very unique. Very unique. Yeah. Um yeah, Naruto forgot to check in with Lee, bro. Lee was a true individual of the hood. He was a true affiliate. So you can't disrespect someone that's an actual affiliate of the hood in Konoha. It's not acceptable. But yeah, folks, any questions? Feel free. Questions at all, folks? Any questions at all here? I think, man, yeah. As far as the anime, let me even look that up. Boruto anime. Facts, man. What the hell? So the rumors is this year or next year. That's the rumor. Man.
It's like I don't
know if
and
that's
like
gonna
there's
be the
no
case. A lot of
excuse
people
for it
think
either,
that.
bro, because we've seen plenty of examples where people like when they're on their shit, their A game, they're fucking releasing shit. They're releasing that animation and whatnot. Like Invincible, like there's a lot of examples, you know, like there's no fucking excuse. Like remember back then in Cartoon Network, how religiously they would fucking release the next new episode of Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, and like there's no excuse, bro. Like it's like what the
Facts,
fuck?
golden years.
Yes.
No, there's no excuse. It'd also be cool to see the other continents and what their ninjas are like. That would be a very good video idea. Just exploring how big the world is and kind of exploring the differences in geographical locations. Like what are the ninjas are like, their histories, their nature, the nature of their governmental structures, all that stuff. That's a good concept. But yeah, like I said, I'd be down to do that video. Just let me know, folks. I love how Storm 2 had Sasuke go up against Killer Bee by himself, knowing damn well that Sasuke would have died by himself during that encounter. Facts, bro. They tried to save his aura, but we caught on. Just gonna ask this. Facts, bro. It's like, bitch, you've been in filler
They're
just
trying to
doesn't make sense,
literally
dog.
like fucking reset. That's crazy. No shot.
Wild work, bro. You can't say
The
it.
game said, let
Just
him
gonna
let
ask
him
this,
get
why
beat
did he
up
never
by
get it?
himself. At least.
Like, bro, you think that's gonna save him? Nothing saves that ass whooping, dude. Come on. Let's see. Why did we never get a good introductory battle with MS Sasuke? I mean, Sasuke was, he had his mental traumas and stuff, and
the closest you
He's
got
all we
to it
got.
was
Yeah.
the fight with Killer Bee. That was literally his introduction to using the MS. Like he did Genjutsu with it,
Yeah.
then he does Amaterasu in the end as a last resort. Then he like makes Amaterasu go away. But like, and then like where he really shined was then the next phase of that was the Five Kage Summit, where he's now using Susanoo or Amaterasu like flame manipulation control. Like, so he gets the spotlight with it. It's just not like instantaneous like all at once. If that's what you're saying, then yeah, But
Yeah.
like Sasuke's just like, again, like he's a genius, whatever, but he's not no fucking Itachi or Obito. He's just not. Like they were using their shit like immediately, right, and just spamming. So, but
Do you know Moses Utama? He's the next big thing in the heavyweight division. Yeah, I think his best win so far is against Dylan White, and he's very, very young. So if he continues down this path, we could see a champion, one of the best in recent memory, as far as American heavyweights. So yeah, he's very promising. Timeskip Boruto looks so good so far. So the bitches need to get off their asses and animate that shit. It's facts, bro.
XJ, I just saw this. I forgot. I wanted to bring this up for one of the discussion points on this. What happened to Kai? That bitch fucking cheating on him, and everybody called it. Like Fresh and Fit called it too. Like, bro, what is up with these guys going for red flag material woman? Like, what is like? They don't learn,
bro.
They don't learn.
Like,
And you want to know what she did after the breakup? You want to know what she did after the breakup? She took no accountability, said why she did it, okay, which was some nonsense. And then she says right after that, a man interested in dating me needs a minimum of 10 million net worth, must be ready to spend more than 100K a month on her. And she's mid.
What the
She's
fuck?
fucking mid. She's like
Bro,
average
that's
looking. Oh my God.
That is crazy work.
I don't.
Crazy work.
These women nowadays are just something, bro. There's something. Yeah, but what's your thoughts on that? I don't think we ever talked about it.
I think, man. First of all, her loss. She's for the streets. Good. But even at that level, you gotta protect your peace and be calculated with.
Like, Jay, how do you fold that too? Kai, like, how do you How do you not want that? How are you not like able to devote yourself to like that? That's what's fucking. Like, I'm telling you, like, women are the most fucking dumb. If I was with a woman that was somehow like Kai Cenat fucking status, you know what I mean? Or what if I never met my wife, whatever, the whole nine, I went like a whole direction, and I met a woman on that level of success in the whole nine, whatever, blah blah. Like what the fuck? I'm gonna be staying with that bitch. Like, you got me fucked up.
Yeah,
you know.
Basically, yeah. What happens is when you're, Nakai is relatively young and very very successful. So a lot of these women are good at matching their red flags and sort of kind of echoing the dreams that these guys want, and then when they do get what they want, and they exploit them, and then you end up with these situations where they get cheated on, and Kai seems, we only know what we see, but he seems to be very affected by it. Maybe he thought that it would go somewhere, and she ended up being a street brawler that in 3 or 4. So it is what it is, and
well, I found out the reason, Jay. I found out the reason why she broke up with or cheated on him, and then whatever. Like, it's because he didn't buy this pink car that she wanted. That's why. That's crazy. Well, crazy.
She's for the streets, bro. For the streets, and she belongs to the streets. That's what she'll dwell now. You gotta pick. You gotta be calculated. It sounds harsh, but when you're finding a partner, whether you're at the top of the social hierarchy or at the bottom, you got to be very calculated, because if you pick the wrong one, it could destroy you in many ways.
Bro, and Jay is not wrong at all. Like, bro, you got to think about the long game. Like, who you're having kids with, who you're gonna marry, like everything that you're putting at risk. You gotta really think about that, man. Yes. Like, it's important, dude. You can't fuck that up. Like, the amount of athletes I be seeing making the same mistake. Fucking streamers, fucking celebrities, actors, like, they're just stupid. They're fucking stupid.
A good example. Yeah. A good example, and I think Ilia Topuria, shout out to Ilia Topuria, the champion of the UFC. He found a woman, I believe, in Miami. That was already the first red flag. Miami girls, most of them are 3 or 4s for the streets. Secondly, after they got together and he became famous, she tried to finesse him. She tried to take what he had, tried to take all his, his wealth, and she got cooked. Luckily, he still has custody, or at least partial custody, of his daughter. He had some tough mental times. Like, she was trying to put him through the ringer with this divorce and this bullshit and the custody battles, the alimony, all this bullshit. He came out on top. He's back. He's gonna fight soon. But that's what happens. That could destroy you, bro. What women are better at, that we have to admit, especially early on, is they are more socially calibrated than us, and they know that they have the leverage early on as far as options, right? Because even a mid 4 has more options than an average looking than a good looking guy that isn't
like Jay.
Tom Brady.
It's so bad with women nowadays. It's so fucking bad that there's literally statistics that have proven this, and it's currently been shown and whatnot, and they've been talking about this as well. That half of U.S. women, the United States women, not the world, but half of the U.S. women ages 25 to 44 will be single and child-free by 2030. That is fucking sad. That is really sad.
That's facts. That is very, very problematic and concerning. Men just have to be, honestly, they got to be just more careful, grow wide, grow wisdom, lead with your head, the right head. You got to be smart, because women leverage beauty to get what they want, and then once they get what they want, a lot of them don't actually care about you, so they throw you away, and that could affect your life, your mental health, your finances, your career, even your physical health for some people. I've seen many times what it can do. It's very very unfortunate. Boruto ain't getting animated till like 2028. They need the manga to get further in. I agree, bro. It's probably gonna be a long time. Kishimoto, the other guy, should do some canon fillers or a movie or something to expand on the ninja continents. I agree, bro. I agree. Like, imagine seeing ninjas that look like Mexicans. That'd be fire. That'd be fire. Now, I don't mess with Fresh and Fit, but that dude Myron was right about these motherfuckers need to read the red flag, especially since they have X status. They got to be extra vigilant. That's facts. The bigger,
facts. Like I don't. There's a lot of things I don't agree with Fresh and Fit, or I don't fuck with him in certain regards and capacities. Facts. Yeah. But he do be spitting in a lot of things, though. He do be keeping it real. He does. You got to give that bare minimum. So facts. What you said, brother.
Yeah. I would say the more successful you become, the bigger target that will be on your back. That's just the reality. You're a bigger target. You're a bigger fish. You're a better horse to bet on, and some of the women you don't want riding riding that ride. You don't want those women to ride that ride because they're gonna damage you somehow. You gotta be careful, man. Red flags, body language, consistency. Those are the best ways to determine a woman's character. You're not going to see it for a while. I tell them,
Like, take your time,
take your
don't
time.
rush.
Don't
Like, if
rush
you
it.
gotta be with the bitch for 4 to 5 years to get a gauge, or even like, so be it, bro. I'm telling you, there's no shame or foul in
Better safe
taking
than
your
sorry.
yes, be better. And if they get offended by that, if they start thinking, oh, why have you not married me or this or that or whatever, then that right there will just show you they're not the one. They're already fucking. You know what I mean? Looking at for the negative of it, not trying to see your perspective or blah blah. If they're the one, they'll be understanding of things. They'll be mature, be able to discuss things rationally, and so on and so forth. And they'll even be understanding, even if they may not necessarily agree with it. They'll at least be understanding. And if they truly love you and want you, they'll wait and be patient, and then they'll get what they want, right? Again, you just gotta do your diligence. You really do.
Yeah. Here's maturity. Yeah, due diligence is huge. That's a life-altering decision. People don't realize picking a partner long term is a life-altering decision. Whether that's a good alteration or a bad alteration, that's one of the biggest decisions of your fucking life. Your career, your partner, and your health habits. Those are like the biggest fucking health-altering decisions you could ever make in your fucking life. And you better make the right one because these 3 or 4s are there to finesse you. It is what it is, and it's a harsh world we live in, but hey, you got to adapt to the times. They try to gaslight you to thinking you're the problem. Exactly, bro. That's what 99.9% of these 3 or 4s do. They try to switch it on you, even if a bitch cheats on you. Oh, well, they're enough. You don't make enough money. Like, no, bitch. You're for the streets, and I was the faithful one. That's the reality. There is no gaslighting. There is no word salad that's going to save you from that reality. So just do your due diligence and stay safe. Did you see Travis Hunter's girl? She's a bop. Travis Hunter is one of the biggest cucks I've ever seen in my life. I gotta say. Um, yeah, bro. He's up there with Adam 22 and Noodles and all those guys. That's the level he's at. But yeah, folks. Go a couple more minutes again. After that, dollar per minute. If you guys want us to extend, that's the way we'll do it. Feel free. But yeah, great questions again. The dating market is more problematic than it's ever been, and there's multiple reasons for that. The access to options that women have because they lead with beauty. Beauty can be expressed in many forms on social media.
Yeah.
While
Woman
conversely,
will
men need to
never, ever,
earn their
ever,
value.
ever have a fucking issue with obtaining a dude whenever the fuck they want. If they want someone to have sex with, they're gonna have it immediately, right there and then. What they can struggle and lack is finding someone to have a committed relationship with, long lasting, right? That's what they actually struggle with because a lot of men, men that are smart, they don't put up with that bullshit, right? And so on and so forth. So but yeah, they any point in time, like Jay said, and then he can go on. He's spitting nothing but facts. Like any point in time, they can. Us, a dude, we can't fucking go up and be like, hey, you want to have sex, or hey, whatever. No, we gotta fucking earn that shit. We gotta go through phases, whatever, or somehow get within a realm of success to catch an eye, right? While the woman could just go down the fucking street to a bar and be like, hey, you want to sleep with me? Bam, bada boom, there you go. So yeah, facts.
That simple. It's that simple. Gotta love the noodle stray. Yeah, I'm feeling a little playful, so listen to this, folks. I'll show my screen of Batman. You guys will probably know what this is. It's just having a little fun. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. In good faith, kinda. Where is it? Where is it? I had this. Shout out to Troy. Where's that guy? I don't know how he got this clip, but W Troy. Noodles, by the way. Dude, that is crazy. He's crashing out. He's crashing out, bro. Crashing out. That is wild work. I'm 21 and haven't dated anyone since 16 because I seen early that there's too many red flags. I probably won't get into another relationship for a while. Yeah, that's smart, bro. That's exactly what you should do because as you grow and you become more and more successful and capable, you'll have a larger sea at your disposal, so to speak, because you'll be more, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's wild work. That's him with his wife arguing because she had, you have the leverage. You have the leverage. Facts. 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 That's definitely the best. That's the best scenario for most guys, and that's what you got to do, man. It's just the best way to go. Simps have no self-respect, bro. That's just a fact. Like lust is a big problem. Lust is a
Yeah,
life
it's due to lust and a
destructing
lack of
and
self control that men
destroying
have. Men
problem.
that like, and again,
Yep.
I'm a bitch. No matter what the sex is, men unfortunately have no self control and they're fucking losers. You know what I mean? It's the lust, it's the lack of self
Facts.
control, and they're fucking simps. Yeah.
Facts. That's the biggest problem and probably the leading problem. I bet Noodles is still away. Remember he ducked the smoke from EJ, bro. Dude, I bought him a plane ticket last year, early in the year. He even admitted, "You're taking a risk by buying this ticket because I might be busy." And then he never even responded. I got a refund for it. I bought him a ticket. I showed proof of the ticket. I was gonna fly us out here and beat his ass. He talked all that shit. Now he's MIA. This guy is not a warmonger at all. I think what happened is I assaulted him so much that he put all his more hostile debate videos on. He made an announcement saying, "Oh, I'm taking a new leaf. I'm sorry, but I'm changing for the better." And I'm like, no, you're you are evading the smoke. That's what's happening. That's what's happening because
And
you
didn't I
can't
call
handle it.
that,
That's
Jay?
that's
Didn't
basically
I
what
call
happened.
that? Didn't I say if he bought a ticket, whatever, he
Yeah,
wasn't gonna
bro.
do it? What did I say? And he didn't.
Hell no. Hell no. Like, bro, you're not built like that. People in his circle that he affiliates with, they're not like that. They're not like us at all. Like K Dot said, they're not like us.
And I'll tell
That's
you
why we
this
made
right
this
now,
track
guys.
though.
I would never go through that embarrassment, that humiliation, that shame. If someone challenged me and disrespected me, the
Hell
whole
no.
nine, and told me to pull up and throw fucking heads, I'll be in their fucking heartbeat. If anybody did that, I don't care if you're a YouTube guy,
Facts,
anybody,
bro.
I am pulling up. I'm never ever gonna look like a bitch. Fuck no. Like at least and
Fuck
even
no,
if I
bro.
lost,
And
at
you,
least I went and lost like a fucking man instead of like a bitch. like.
facts. Yeah, I would have respected him. Like even if he showed up and I beat his ass, which is what would have happened, I would have respected him for that. I would have said, "Hey, you pulled up and you stood your ground, bro. I'll give you that." But he doesn't want to debate. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to do nothing. So it is what it is. It is, man.
But it's a
I
win-win,
gave him the
Jay. It's a
chance.
win-win because it's a lose for him because at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
he looked like a bitch no matter what choice he made. He would have looked like a bitch if he went to fight you because he would have lost and got fucking dogged, or he would look like a bitch from being a pussy and not fighting you. So yeah, it worked out.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, I would have knocked him out for sure. Um, Noodle's only purpose in life is to glaze Naruto. Facts, bro. You know what's funny is Noodles has all the he's writing all these coattails and stuff. He doesn't even post. Like, bro, if he would have posted, he would have been big on YouTube. But he doesn't have that drive, bro. He's not built like that. He's not built like that at all. Posts like once a year. He doesn't have that ambition. It is what it is. But yeah, folks, this is a WS stream, WS chat, W chat, man. We appreciate you guys coming in. Again, if you guys want custom videos, hit me up on Discord. Yeah. Oh yeah. In real life, what would be most useful? Yeah, we'll put this on the screen so you guys can see this. Let me show you, folks. Let me show you real quick. so you guys can see what we're talking about before we wrap it up. Unless you guys
stop
start
the
donating
hate.
$1 or
Stop the motherfucking hate. The goat
bro.
is here.
The goat is here, and so for real life practicality, it would probably be. I mean, if I wanted to be a professional fighter, obviously read movements would be very advantageous.
That would be broken. You just
Depends,
know what's coming at you
need
before
to-
it's done. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. But the only problem though is you would still need the speed in order to to utilize it though. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
if they're way, you're fucked. You know?
Yeah, that's true. So hunting creatures, I guess wouldn't be. It could be like a magic trick in real life. There's not much you can do with it.
Yeah.
You can make
You
money.
can make money, that's
summoning
about it.
creatures and doing magic shows, maybe.
Yeah.
Pulling objects would be useful. Maybe have a job that requires manual labor. You would just be the best at it because you could pull shit.
Yeah.
Swapping places in real life.
Not really useful.
I guess it could help in certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be very like specific where it'd be useful.
Like that's
Manifesting
only good when you
armor,
can
I mean,
fight. You know what I mean? Like when you're a
could be a
ninja, like
soldier.
it's good, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're like a fucking soldier at war, and you're helping tanks out by
Like I would say either
illusions.
illusions or armor is the most beneficial because if you could do a perfect Susanoo or any type of Susanoo armor, like that's clutch. Like that's fucking clutch. Like they can't hurt you. You know what I mean? So
Facts. But yeah, folks, we hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait to get some money. I got a video commission. I definitely want to donate to you. I appreciate you, brother.
hey,
Feel free to hit me
Jay,
up.
what would you do with the illusion
anytime.
though? If you chose the illusion ability, like how would you
Illusion?
use that to capitalize your life like at its most value? Yeah.
Oh man, illusions in real life.
I'd go to a bank
It'd have to
and just
be,
make
like-
someone look like I'd do an illusion and be like, hey, like, you know, and just get a shit ton of money. And that's them. They got fired. They gave me all the fucking
yeah,
money.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could use it for many practicalities, like
Or business.
take money.
You could
Like,
like
oh,
you
I
could
have,
convince a business
$1
guy and cast an illusion. You know what I mean? And then there you go. Now you get rich or some shit. Like, hey, like, you know, give me your business. Like, there's many ways. You could go about it. Yeah, genjutsu. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I would do. But I don't know about
Yeah,
you.
it would be very useful, but
Yeah.
yeah, facts. It'd probably be read movements or in the real world, read movements or cast illusions probably.
Yeah.
Would probably be what I would use for success. If I want to like be invincible, then probably the armor one.
Armor, so nobody could fuck with you. Yeah.
I just put that shit
Yeah.
up. Yeah, no one would.
But
no one in
the only
world,
problem with
unless they nuke me,
armor,
probably
the
would be
only
able to-
problem, yeah, like they would either have to like nuke you and you're like off guard and they could kill you, or like throw a bomb. Like basically any type of off guard like strategy, you're still fucked, right? Because you're not going to be aware of the attack coming.
Yeah.
So like again, that's what I'm saying. So like I would agree with Jay, either to read movements somehow, like to use that in a beneficial way, or illusions. But I think illusions is the best route here because if you have the ability to manipulate a human being. Like, there you go, right? The sky's the limit. You can become rich. You can do many things, you know?
Yeah, because in modern civilization, combat isn't very useful.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really, unless you're a soldier and you're in the or some shit. But,
Unless you're like Superman,
Yeah.
right? And you can never get hurt no
Yeah.
matter what. Like, sure,
Exactly.
but we're human, we're fragile, and you can be the best fighter in the world, but if someone comes up to you with a gun, you're fucked. It does not matter how good of a fighter you are. You're dead, right? Or if someone comes up to you while you're sleeping at your house and they fucking blow up your house, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter how badass you are with a gun or fighting, you're fucking dead. So again, like, no one's immune to off guard, you know, strategy and attacks. No one's immune to a fucking gun, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that's what it would be. But yeah, folks, hope you guys enjoyed
Sir.
WS stream. This is like old times. Again, hit the like button if you haven't already.
Yep.
You guys are W chat. Again, live reactions, custom reaction, custom videos. Hit me up on Discord. I'm very fair on prices. I've done it before. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week, folks. Stay classy, and God bless.
Peace.